welcome back to the next episode of Artema. Episode, 7,
Ish.
I think. Ish, yeah. Somewhere under 10, somewhere above 5. All right, so last we left off, last Thursday, we pull up the notes that I did not take, that someone in the game took.
Someone without inspiration.
You guys began the session. You had just completed a battle with a Perlid, kind of this parasitic creature that was brought aboard the ship. Fuck you. Valsina, you have been infected by this parasite, and you now have Perlid eggs inside of you that will be gestating at least for the for the next 3 months.
Eggs plural?
Eggs. Who knows?
It's a relevant question.
No one here has X-ray vision. So you guys had a conversation with the captain and first mate about this. Captain made you aware that it was a Perlid. You guys basically accused the captain of being partially their fault that Valsina was affected, and Captain made you aware that the cure for this Perlid parasitic infection is a rare herb called Dermaca, which is found kind of in the more tropical areas of the world. It took some convincing, some intimidation, and some persuasion to get the captain to be on board with actually changing the direction of where the ship was going. Ultimately, you were able to persuade the captain. I believe that was you, Holfie, right?
Yeah, the prospect of putting Rowan in charge of doing all the surgeries.
Mm-hmm. Yep. After that, the SO aboard the security officer, Dergo Magalazala, otherwise known as DMX, took your guys' kind of account of what transpired during this encounter with the Perlid in the mess hall down below. During that note taking, Holfie, you noticed that the Dragonborn's knuckles were kind of freshly bloodied and bruised, like he'd been beating someone. So DMX did confirm to Valsina that she would transform into a Perlid, and that 6 years ago they lost many crew to a Perlid attack. After that, you stayed in the mess hall for a while, I believe. Rowan, Trike, you played a game called Octopus's Pucker with Felix von Lucker, the boatswain, the individual that kind of keeps the boat together. And Rowan, Trike, Vasana, you sat down with the navigator. Tobin, that's right. What is her? The quartermaster, Tobin Bloodbane, person kind of in charge of all things navigation. She's kind of very standoffish at first, but also throughout most of the conversation, very timid, kind of quiet talking. She let you guys know that she's been working on the ship for about 6 years. She kind of made it clear that she has kind of remarkable navigation skills that come at a cost. The skills she has are not common, but she has them for a reason. A few moments later, she found out what you guys had found out, which is that the captain had made orders to change course. She became very concerned and very upset with this, and at that point stormed off to the captain's quarters, at which point Dergo came over and basically asked what you did to upset Tobin and warned you to leave Tobin alone. After that, let's see what happened next. So Holfie, I think you made your way up to the top deck to try to kind of overhear some of the conversation that was happening between Tobin and the captain. You're only able to make out a few key parts, but you did hear them arguing about a lighthouse on an island. And Tobin seemed pretty insistent that they had to stop there. After that, Triscana, Valsina, you went to check on your plants, at which point you noticed a rather large storm amassing on the horizon. Triscana, you, just as you noticed the storm, you started to meditate, and you got this sudden sense as you tried to connect with your deity that things just didn't seem right. Some things seemed off. You weren't able to connect or make peace with yourself in the way that you typically can. Valsina, so you went and made the first mate Thalia Harlan aware of the storm, and non-main crew at that point were advised to keep to quarters during the storm. You guys all returned to your quarters below decks. Valsina, you kind of came up with a plot to break into the captain's quarters to look at the documents that were on top of the desk. At this point, DMX has sent everybody below decks, and you notice that he has even more fresh blood on his hands. Zeph, you laughed in his face at his ridiculous Dargo Megalazala name. Weird, yeah.
It's only more ridiculous than the initials.
Yeah. And Hofi, you were still up aboard deck. At this point, you tried to inscribe an illusory script on the main deck, some of the planking kind of handrails on the main deck that said, "We know about the lighthouse," such that only Tobin could see it. However, the captain did kind of see that you were doing something kind of odd, came over and kind of talked to you for a few moments and ran his finger along the rail as well. Rowan, you slipped a seagull feather under DMX's door. And Triscana, you commune some more, but still the kind of the air feels off, maybe the coming storm. And then Valsina, you made your way up to the mess hall, right? To steal some equipment to make a still.
Yeah, you did.
And then Hofi, you went searching for whatever. Do you want to explain it? You went searching below decks, right?
Yep.
So you went down there. Go ahead. Yeah.
I couldn't remember I can't remember what I was thinking of looking at.
Chains.
Oh yeah, I went to look to see what was going on with those chains, if I could find any scratch marks or anything else that would suggest what they were used for in the past and what their purpose was now. And then went down one deck lower to the bottom.
To the very bottom deck. Yep. And there you did see a couple doors. You saw one door on the right, where you were able to get a peek through the keyhole. You didn't open up the door or anything, but you did see, and you saw somebody laying there. You just saw the foot of somebody laying on like a kind of a platform. And this foot was heavily tattooed with kind of these jagged, hard-shaped tattoos kind of wrapped around the foot. This person seemed maybe kind of injured. So you cast a healing word. And I believe you said something too, didn't you?
Hang in there, something like that.
At which point, this person, you saw the foot kind of disappear. As it looks like this person got up. They disappeared out of sight for a few seconds, and then suddenly, in the keyhole you were looking, you just saw an eye appear, staring back at you. Yep. And you backed away and made your way back up to your quarters, and you left it at that. You described what you encountered to Triscana, who, to her, it seemed to sound like maybe a Suma, which is pirates long estranged from the traditional Astra race that most people are familiar with. At which point, Triscana, you described who the Suma are, what happened in the past, and things like that. Rowan, you confessed to the group that you pickpocketed a ring of teleportation off of Owen the Gold Boot. And then after that, Zeph, you shared the ledger you stole from the smuggler's office. Had a list of goods being smuggled. Holfi, as you looked through it, you recognized a couple of the two noble families. One family, the Ashworth family, and the second family, the Brumati family. Both kind of prominent noble families. As well as information about a ship with 2 question marks. The Heart, listed with an inventory of about 8 units valued at about 40,000 gold pieces, which Based on the next scene, Valsina, you transformed into a house gecko and you snuck into the captain's quarters. As I think Rowan, you followed, right? And you kept an eye outside the quarters, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. On the desk, you were pretty stealthy, being a house gecko. Valsina, you were able to find a letter from Admiral Randall to the captain, advising the captain to make haste on the journey, that 8 gnomish slaves have been captured by the Suma. And that the captain has a prisoner of the Suma in Loudwater, which the captain is to pick up. So presumably this already happened. The captain, Admiral Randall, advised the captain that the gnomish slaves are being kept at a lighthouse, and that the slaves are property of the smuggling operation. The Suma stole the slaves from the ship that was part of the smuggling operation, presumably the Heart ship. Again, it's obviously the connection there being that the slaves were worth about that 8 slaves worth about 40,000 gold in total. You were able to find kind of a very high-level diagram of the lighthouse, Valsina, and then below the lighthouse on the large island, a series of tunnels and caverns. Not a very detailed diagram, however. After that, you made your way back to the room, at which point, Rowan, you shared your kind of tragic, your rather tragic backstory regarding the family that was a prominent family in your area that owned the land that your family was on, and that you were out hunting with your dad, and you were attacked by one of the family's greyhounds. Your dad shot it to protect you, and the family, being very upset that your dad had killed the greyhound, shot and stuffed your grandfather as retribution. So whenever one of their greyhounds dies, they hunt another gnome and stuff both and put them up on display in pride. That's why you were hiding in a tree when it was cut down. At this, you guys hear the captain outside your door knocking on DMX's door, asking him to station someone outside his room, and that also there are geckos aboard. Hovey begins translating the old book you found in the zombie prison. There's a couple bits of information that are repeated rather frequently, something about an ancient temple and a great war, maybe somewhere pertaining to Astra the Suma. And then, Holfi, you recounted your visit with the Suma. You referred to him as kind of a beastly creature. Valsina, you went to work on your still. You guys all go to sleep. Not soon after you are all sleeping, you all seem to not wake up, but you wake into a dream state. And at this point, this is where we pick up. You find yourselves all in the ruins of a rather large village, not a small village. Buildings look to long be crumbling, bricks and stone falling to the broken cobblestone roads and alleys. A dense fog, very dense, hangs low over this rather large village, obscuring sight. A faint chill is in the air as the hairs on the back of your neck raise. Things seem eerie. You can't quite tell if it's night or daytime, considering how blotted out the sun is with all the fog. And you look around you. Again, these buildings are all... There's some smaller ones, but also looks like some taller ones. It doesn't look like anything's really in any sort of condition of repair. It looks like this town was maybe abandoned long ago and is long since fell to ruin.
Are we all together in the same plane, or are we all independently viewing this?
You are. You're all next to each other. Yeah, you see each other.
Isabel's muted.
Yeah.
Oh.
And now you're frozen.
Now she's frozen.
There you are. Yep, actually muted.
All right.
There you go. Okay. What were you going to say?
No, I was just a vague comment. Astral projecting together? Like, I don't know.
If we look around, do we notice anything?
You see stone buildings that have, like I said, long since crumbled, kind of stones scattered along the ground. You see the jagged parts of walls, some parts of the walls, up and then going down where it's crumbled away. You see half collapsed windows. Like I said, a very dense fog kind of obscures your view for anything more than, I'd say, maybe 30 feet ahead of you.
Does this
What is going on here?
Can't tell if the light in the sky is the sun or the moon, based on how dark and dim it is.
Does this feel like a dream, or does it feel like we just kind of woke up somewhere else? Do we not know?
Do a perception check.
I should probably have my character sheet up, huh? You don't need that shit.
First roll of the night. 3. So 6.
300. Nice.
You're not sure.
I got 15.
Are there?
7.
We're all rolling perception.
It sounds that way.
Oh, sorry, 13.
None of you. What'd you get, Falsina and Zeph?
23.
Did you 23?
Zeph has not yet rolled, but it sounds like it doesn't matter.
Okay.
What do my fear roll guys see?
None of you are quite sure if this is real, a dream, a different plane. Falsina, you feel as though you're thinking about it, and you feel maybe a little bit more aware than you typically do in a dream, but you're not sure what this is.
What do we hear?
It's very silent. The occasional gust of wind whistles in your ears.
Is there a smell?
It's a very light sulfuric smell.
Is there a taste?
As you kind of like stick out your tongue a little bit.
Big dirt.
Not really a taste. No. Kind of humid with the fog in the air. The only thing you kind of hear is maybe the distant sounds of the occasional crow cawing far off in the distance.
Are there any signs or any type of writing on these derelict buildings?
Go and do a investigation check if you're looking around, or you don't see from where you're standing. You don't see any particular writing.
I definitely don't want to wander more than like 50 or 100 feet away from the group, but I'll take a peek.
Okay.
8.
So what are you doing? Are you walking around looking? Or are you just standing still, just taking a peek around?
No, I'm walking around, but again, not very far. Just kind of like, if we're on the street, up and down the street, or if we're in like a little square, I'll go around the side of that.
Yeah, so you're kind of in a street right now, bigger than an alley. You see a lot of buildings. You don't see anything with any sort of writing right now.
Okay.
Why would Calliopeia bring us here?
Who?
Tides of Fate, why would they show us this? Why are we all here together?
Not sure why I'm dreaming of all of you. Why
Are we dreaming?
To think that you're dreaming, I'm the one dreaming, clearly. All of you must be. This doesn't make sense.
I'm gonna pinch myself, see if I feel it.
I pinch Holfie on the face.
Do I feel it?
You feel it. It hurts. You feel it as well, Rowan, when you pinch yourself.
Not a dream?
Not a dream.
I slap Holby across the face just to make sure.
With the other
Yeah,
cheek.
no, not that. Thank you
I know.
for that. You got surprisingly, good height for that jump.
I was just thinking about that, like how tall you are versus her.
I'm just standing there and they just...
Yeah, possibly I missed, just hit your butt instead. I don't know.
Wrong cheek.
Yep. I was on the other.
I look to Rowan. Which way do you feel we should go?
I want to find the ocean again to see if we can find our ship, but I don't know if that's the right thing to do.
So you're on a street currently that extends both in front of you and behind you, obviously. You don't see any intersections at the moment, but...
Are there any buildings?
We go ahead.
Oh, there's buildings. Yeah, the street is lined with buildings that are just crumbling.
I don't hear the water. I don't know which direction our ship would be. Can I see stars?
No. It is just... Fog is way too dense to see stars.
Are we facing forward? Should we go forward?
As you look up to see if you can see the stars, Triskana, you see a kind of very faint... It's already dark, but a very faint shadow pass over you and then disappear.
How big and how close?
Pretty big. You can't tell where the shadow came from. Looks like it just obscured maybe whatever the light coming from either the sun or the moon, whatever it is.
Which way, Rowan?
Just start walking straight.
Follow.
Yep.
Okay.
Just
So you-
want to keep an eye out for any buildings that look like they're holding up well enough to provide some kind of shelter or accommodations and look open.
Sure. Yeah. So you guys make your way down this street. Again, you pass these buildings that seem to be crumbling to the ground as you have to make steps and large kind of steps over cobblestone that is jutting out of the ground and parts of brick and stone that have fallen from the buildings. As you make your way down the street kind of opens up into what looks like a rather large, maybe an old town square of some sort. Off in the distance on the opposite end of the town square, you see a large crow perched atop an old crumbling building, staring down.
Alcina, can you talk to it?
It'll know what I say, but I can't hear what it says in response.
Well, what did you say? I'm sorry.
I said it can understand what I say
Mm-hmm.
to it because of my race, but I don't know what it can't talk back to me. It can only understand me.
Okay.
So I guess I'll ask the crow to go in here.
Can you froze right at that second? Can you say it again?
Oh, sorry. Are we supposed to go in here?
The crow doesn't respond. The crow flaps its wings, rises up off the building, and makes a beeline straight at you.
Oh, great.
Alcina. But just as it's about to hit you, it just soars above your head and flies off into the distance.
Psych.
Yeah, so I don't know what that meant.
The one bird I don't throw a rock at.
It's a wise idea. Not a good idea to mess with crows. They remember, and they gang up.
True.
In the center of this, what looks like possibly a town square, is an old decaying water fountain.
I throw a coin in it.
Okay.
Just
And
pop-
are you throwing did you approach the water fountain?
Oh, I thought it was right next to us. Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah.
I'll walk
Okay.
over to the water fountain.
Okay. So you walk over to the water fountain, you pull out, I'm assuming, what do you pull out? A copper piece?
Yep.
And you toss the copper piece into the fountain. There is water in there from what you can see, but as the copper piece would be entering the water, it just seems to disappear. There's no ripple in the water, it just enters the fountain and just disappears.
I just reach my hand out towards the water.
Don't do it.
Did you put it into the water?
Not yet. I'm like hovering above, like trying to gather the nerve
Wait.
to do it.
Will you
I
do
don't think
that?
you should do that, Zeph.
I try and ball up the water in the fountain and just pull it out.
Okay. It doesn't respond to your magic.
So it's either a portal or extremely effective acid.
Or an illusion.
Or an illusion.
Or a mimic.
Still tapped, right? Because we haven't actually rested.
So who's jumping in first?
Did we do much yesterday?
Yeah, we
don't
fought a perlid.
Jump in.
Oh, we haven't slept since we fought the perlid?
Didn't we just sleep before we got here?
We started to, but
We
We haven't
fell.
completed a long rest.
I don't know
yet.
how. Yeah, we didn't get a long rest in. I don't know.
Mike, have we gotten a short rest?
Yeah, I would say you got a short rest for sure.
Enough. I get a spell slot back.
Yeah, I'll take my max HP then. Since I lost health from falling off the mast.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Took 4 fall
I slowly extend my hand and like just rest it on the surface of what appears to be the water.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, you
I couldn't
reach.
take it out my stick.
So you're reaching your hand in.
I'm
Is that
not
what you-
in. I'm like touching the surface right now. Not like
Okay. Yeah. So you rest your hand kind of on top of this. You're just touching it a little, basically, is what you're doing. The very surface.
Yeah.
It feels cold. Doesn't hurt though. Doesn't ripple either. Just like when the coin was tossed in, it didn't ripple, but it does feel cold.
It's cold.
I start taking out my rope out of my pack and see if I can tie it to anything that's solid around.
I'll take out my quarterstaff and just kind of poke it down in there like a foot.
Okay. Yeah. So Rowan, first, you take your rope and go and do a. I was going to say engineering. That's a Starfinder thing. What would be
Survival?
Yeah. Survival. Do a survival check as you look for a sturdy spot to anchor your rope to. 16. Yeah, you're able to find. I mean, like I said, a lot of the things are crumbling here, but there is a pillar right on the edge of the fountain that looks like it's maybe made of marble, hasn't really crumbled that much, and you're able to tie this around this decorative pillar, your rope. And Valsina, what were you doing again? You took your quarterstaff.
Yeah,
Is
and
that
just
right?
put it
Yep.
in about a foot.
Okay. So yeah, you put it in about a foot. Again, no ripple. It goes in there. Are you looking down at it as well too, I assume?
Yeah.
So you look down at it as you insert it into the fountain. You don't see it emerge on the other side of this water, what looks like water.
Okay.
It just kind of disappears.
All right, I'll put another 3 feet down. I'm assuming it's approximately my height.
It keeps going. You don't make contact with anything.
5 feet down.
Still no contact.
Okay,
I'm
well,
going-
whatever. I'll pull it back out.
I'm going to look through the water.
Wait. We got a rope. I'm going to tie it to you first.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully goes up to take a look at, but lets you either
Put your head in it?
Like run around you a few times because I can't like get my arms around you and then tie it.
Okay. So Rowan, you tie the rope around Holfi
Yep.
as he wants to submerge himself into the water. Okay, what do you do, Holfi?
just dip my face down in through the water to look to see what's on the other side of the surface.
This icy cold wave blanket of cold overtakes your face as you insert into what looks like water. You open up your eyes. It's very dark down here, but there is some dim lighting. Looks like maybe there's a couple lamps attached to walls off about 20 to 30 feet in the distance. It looks like this is what you see is a dark, dank, looks like a cave basically, with some very modest furnishings. And then you see what looks like maybe almost like voodoo type items kind of strewn about here. It doesn't look like this is a room where maybe somebody lives. It looks like a room where rituals happen.
I try to talk. Does it
What?
Can't.
lift my face back up?
Did you try to talk?
Yeah, did I? Yeah, so I assuming. Okay, so it's not water, I guess. Then I don't know if my voice would have carried back up.
Yeah, no. So you try to you try to. What do you say?
It looks like a cave, like a long corridor. There appear to be sconces on the side of the walls. It looks like there's some kind of ritualistic totems here.
You hear these words in your head as you're speaking them, and you feel your mouth moving. The rest of you don't hear this. You also don't hear your own voice down there, Holfi.
I'm unsettled. I try to pull myself back out of the water.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and you pull yourself up. You feel that wave of cold come off of you, and you're back up in this abandoned town square.
So, how was it?
Did you drown?
Wonderful. It was a meadow full of flowers, and no, it was a cave.
What?
There's a cave there with ritualistic items, something dark, I think. I fear. I don't know what this place is or why we're here, but I think that someone maybe wanted us to come.
They want us to jump into the fountain.
Maybe to see something, I don't know. Either we're being lured in as a trap, or they want someone to see something. It's hard to tell. That crow didn't seem terribly friendly. I don't know.
Here for a reason. You should trust that. I get down on my knees and place my hands flat on the ground, and I start casting Detect Magic.
Mm-hmm. So you cast Detect Magic. You get the sense, you get an indication of very strong magic. You don't know where it's coming from. It seems to be enveloping you. You can't pinpoint where the magic's coming from, but the magic is incredibly strong here.
Tired dreams magic.
Do I get a sense of which school it is, or does it just feel like a lot of magic?
It feels
Right, there's
like
so many of them.
the school of Google.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
No, it's fine. It's something that, as a bard, I'm just not familiar with the schools of magic.
There's evocation, which is like fireball.
Yeah.
Evocation.
I'm guessing it's illusion or
Abjuration.
abjuration.
Abjuration. Divination, which you should know. Restoration.
Necromancy.
Rowan's just very confused right now while you're going through this.
A good way to stall is to say, roll an intelligence check to see if you would remember the schools.
Yeah, I could always roll low and then you don't have to tell me.
Yeah.
Do that.
Do a. Well, first of all, I can give you an answer, but do a. What check would it be? Arcana check.
Oh, sure.
I think the spell would allow you to know what school it is, but
Is that what's the spell? Sorry.
Sect magic.
Spell
Oh, detect. Yeah.
check.
Okay. Yeah. So you do detect many. It feels like a lot. It feels like many different types of magic from many different schools of magic. But the one that kind of stands out to you the most would be necromancy.
Great.
This is a dark place.
He's surprised.
Everything surprises me these days.
You cut out there. What'd you say?
Everything surprises me these days.
So do we go in or do we just stay here and hopefully wake up?
I say we take a nap.
What do you think, Valsina? What do you feel?
Do I have any kind of feeling? Am I compelled to go in? Am I...
There's that
nothing-
shadow we saw.
There's nothing compelling you to go in. All I can say is, however you feel about going in is how you feel about going in.
Okay. Before we go in, I'm kind of curious about that building the crow was sitting on.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mind if we take a little walk over there and see if there's anything special about it?
That's where we should go.
Especially
And
since your detect magic lasts for 10 minutes, hopefully if there's
Yes.
anything cool in there, it'll ping.
Yes, it does.
I untie my rope from the pole, but I don't untie it from Holby.
Just walking around with a leash.
A child leash.
Damn 3-year-old. All right. Are there any landmarks, even ruined, that might be recognizable? Something that I might have read about or seen, even if it's something ancient or if it's something modern. Like, I guess I'm trying to figure out two things. One, where is this place? Two, when did this fall into ruin? Hasn't this happened yet? Is it a place that I know to be standing?
Mm-hmm. This place does not look familiar.
Damn.
It doesn't mean it. It doesn't look it doesn't look familiar.
Are there?
But
How about this? Are there any landmarks any notable landmarks that I might remember if I were to see them again?
if you were to see them again, So
The fountain.
if you were to see in the future what you would recognize as the fountain, it's rather ornately adorned, but also kind of in disrepair. The marble pillars that surround the fountain are in the shape of, how should I say? They're in the shape of rather robust male warriors, carved, rather muscular, if you will. One standing there with a bow, one standing with a sword, one standing with an axe, and one standing with a spear.
What race?
4 pillars. They are all human.
I follow Valsina to the building.
Yeah, I'll follow along.
I go wherever Halsey goes.
Because you're tied to him.
Literally tied together. What are you doing, Holfie?
I will go follow the group towards the building.
So you make your way over to this building. It is in state of disrepair as much as any of the other buildings are. There is what looks like a very old wooden door that is only barely held together, blocking the entrance. Some of the planks of wood have maybe fallen off the door, hanging down.
Guess I'll give it a little push. Or pull, whatever way it goes.
Yep. So you push it. The door creakily swings open. Dust falling from it as it does. Some of the dust on the ground kind of getting pushed aside in the shape of an arch as the door opens. And inside, from what you can see, it looks like a house. You see all you can see from your vantage point without advancing any further is it looks like there's a chair against the wall. Maybe a bed in the far corner.
And nothing new or different is happening with detect magic.
No.
All right, I'll go in.
I follow.
Yep, we're all dumb. We're following.
You're all going in.
Yeah, I've already got Perlid in me. Like,
Linger by the doorway.
Nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So I assume Valsina, you kind of go in first, and then you all follow closely behind. As you enter, Valsina, you feel this wave of cold wash over you. Triskana, you're directly behind her. Then you feel this wave of cold wash over you, and Zeph, then over you, and Holfie and Rowan, you're going in as well. You also feel this cold, and Holfie, you feel. Holfie, it feels familiar to you, and Zeph also feels familiar to you from having touched kind of the top of the water at the water fountain. You, Holfie, having put your face through it. As you enter the room looks the same as it looked from the outside, but as you enter, you see now a boy sitting atop the bed in the corner that you saw. Not a young boy, he's an older teenager, and he's sitting there and he's lacing up his shoes, looking down at his shoes.
Does he respond to us entering?
He doesn't look up.
Did anything change about the house itself? Like, did it get less dusty, or did the light change or anything?
No. The house looks as abandoned, as decrepit as it was when you saw it from outside.
This isn't creepy at all, guys. Not at all.
I think we're getting a flashback.
Does the boy look familiar? Like, even as like an amalgamation of faces that we've seen around the ship or otherwise? Because we're in a dream.
No, the boy does not look familiar. He finishes lacing up his shoes, and then stands up and he grabs a jacket off of a coat rack. As he pulls this jacket off, from your perspective, this jacket looks like it must be hundreds of years old, tattered. It's in rags, but as he puts it on, it looks like from what you can tell, he's putting one arm through and another arm through, where one of those arms, from your perspective, doesn't even have a sleeve. but he somehow manages to get it over his back, and
I kind of like walk up slowly to him and just wave to see if he can see us.
he looks over. I'm sorry, Mom, I have to go out. He looks at you as he says this.
Won't you stay for another minute? Can you hear me?
He says, I don't have time. I have to go. You know I have to support the family. And with that, he kind of just takes a couple steps and just walks right through you. And you feel that same familiar cold wash over you as he steps through you.
Should have asked him where he hid the cash. Kidding. Not one haunted gold.
He turns and looks at the rest of you. Who are your friends here, Mom? And then, as he says this, his face kind of glitches a little bit. And his body kind of just briefly just moves back a couple feet towards a dresser that's at the wall. And he's pulling open this dresser.
You remember your aunts and uncles, don't you? Tell them about our town, won't you? What's our town called?
What's going on, Triskana?
He doesn't seem to respond to you. He reaches into the dresser and pulls out a long wooden box.
It looked like a box storing a weapon of some kind.
It looks like a box that could store a dagger if it were to store a weapon.
Triskana, what's going on?
He turns back towards the bed, walks towards the bed again, walks through you one more time, Triskana. You feel that cold wash through you. He stops for a moment and turns, and looks over his shoulder and gives a chill, like he just shivered, and turns back towards the bed and walks back towards it, towards the bed.
Him.
What's that?
I'm haunting him. What's in the box, son?
Looks up and smiles at you, smirks at you. You know, Mother. Protection. And he opens up the box and pulls out this kind of maybe 2 foot long dagger.
2 foot long? That's almost as big as Zeph.
It's like a sword.
And Rowan.
Well, keep yourself safe out there. Don't get in any trouble. You will come home safe, won't you?
He looks up, and as he looks up at you, he's got tears running down his face. And these tears are made of blood. And he blinks,
God.
and he kind of jitters again. And the tears are gone, and he smiles at you. And then stops smiling abruptly, squints his eyes, and looks towards you. Shakes his head. He brings out a, what are the things where you sharpen a blade?
Whetstone.
Whetstone. He takes out a whetstone.
What's going on, Triskana?
They
I'm
can
saying
see him
louder and
too,
louder.
right? I mean, like everyone
Yeah,
can see
well,
him,
You
right?
can all see this, yeah.
Yeah,
You can all see
but
this,
like
yeah.
she's acting in a familiar way. That's why I'm like, once like
Who's behind all this?
Looks over at you, Hulfie, as he's... I'm sorry, did you say something?
How did you get here?
This is my home. How did you get inside my house? Uncle, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
How's the clan?
Well enough, I suppose.
He glitches for a moment. He's not on the bed anymore. He's back at the dresser again. You see him put in the dagger into the back of his kind of pants to keep it tethered there. He takes the box. He blows on the box. You guys see a large amount of dust come off this box, and he puts it back into the dresser, closes the dresser door.
It's not a safe place to put a dagger.
He turns as you say this, Rowan, and once again he kind of squints his eyes, and his eyes get wide, and he looks panicked for a moment, glitches, becomes normal again, and then he starts to walk towards the door. He walks through Holfi, and he walks through you, Rowan, and you both feel that familiar wave of cold.
You guys feel that cold? You feel that? Is it just me?
You see this boy?
I see him.
Okay.
You're talking to him like you know who he is. Is he your son?
No, just trying to get him to talk at all.
When he glitches, are they about the same every time, or do they vary in, like, severity?
They vary in severity a little bit. For one, he just kind of, when he was talking to Triskana, he was glitching a little bit. His face moved, but then there was the one glitch where he went from the bed over to the dresser.
Has he left yet?
And with that, he is stepping out of the front door that you guys came through.
Wait, tell us the name of our
I want
town.
to cast. Sorry.
And you see him disappear
Oh, I wanted to.
as he exits through the threshold. What did you want to do? Go
I
ahead.
wanted to cast message.
Okay, good. So what do you?
I pointed him, and just because I feel like us talking to him isn't going through, I just look at him and just try to cast message and think.
Look, we want to help. Where are you? Who are you? What is this place?
He stops before he proceeds to the threshold. And as he turns, he doesn't turn his whole body. He just turns his face towards you. His head, and his face isn't the face you saw before. It's this maniacal kind of haunted face, skin sagging, falling off the cheeks, and you just hear a in your head, and then he turns back, and then you hear, "You are where you don't belong," and he proceeds to the threshold
All right.
and disappears.
You okay?
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah.
We need to find a way out. We need to find a way out now.
What happened?
I start walking out of the building.
I want to get a peek at. He put the dagger back, right?
He took the dagger with him. He sheathed it like in his pants, and he put the box for the dagger back.
Okay.
Yeah.
What happens if I just open that box?
Do you do that? Do you?
Yeah, I do it.
Okay. Yeah. So you walk up to the dresser, and you the dresser. You open up the dresser and you pull out this box. It's made of kind of this dark cherry wood, and as you open up the box, the lid of the box, as you open it, just crumbles to ash in your hands.
Cool.
Inside the box is the same dagger that the boy just took with him.
Hey, Triskana, this got any weird vibes coming off of it?
Yes, just yes. I take a look at the dagger. Do I sense any special magic about it?
Yes, you definitely sense magic. You're not sure exactly what type yet.
It's not sure yet.
Oh, I'm taking this haunted dagger. Let's go.
That didn't transmit,
This
but
is
it was fine.
total.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
The rest of the box also just turns to ash in your hands.
Okay, this is creepy AF. I'm gonna follow Hofi.
I'm just untying the rope around me. I just feel completely uncomfortable, and
I'm taking the rope, because that's my only rope.
Just take it.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna hold a piece of fabric in my hand and just kind of pick up the dagger and put it in my backpack.
Smart.
Okay.
Smart.
You might want to take. Oh wait, the box turned.
So
to ash.
so the box turned to ash. Dagger fell to the ground, but you picked it up with a rag that you had on you, I guess, and you put it into your bag. Okay.
Ain't her first cursed dagger.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I'm curious to see if it comes with us when we move.
Well, we need to figure out how to get out of here because
We don't know how we got in, so.
Man.
Okay.
Okay. So what are you guys doing?
should we fall asleep? Like, doesn't that help with dreams? Like, you fall asleep in a dream and you wake up in reality. Is that a thing?
Good.
This doesn't
Haven't
look
done
like
it before.
this doesn't look like any vision I've ever had.
I walk over towards the water fountain.
Looks the same.
Any other buildings worth looking like they have an interior worth exploring?
Nothing stands out to you right now.
Why do you want to grab some more cursed artifacts?
Sure. Why not?
Just on a whim, I'm gonna pull out the Astra coin that I had.
Okay.
The old one.
Yeah, the old one. Toss it into the water.
Okay. Disappears, just like the other copper piece that Rowan threw in.
That was good gold. Why'd you throw that in there?
Gotta go get it now.
You don't, I will.
I climb in to go get it.
Okay.
Do we follow? I guess I hesitate, but then I follow.
I wait to see
Well-
what Valsina does.
It didn't eat my hand when I put it in there, so I climb in.
So are 2 people through?
3
Three.
now.
3.
Feel that cold, yeah.
Well, I
Do I
guess
see the
that's
coin?
fine.
And on the ground.
What did you say?
Do I see the coin on the ground?
Did you enter the fountain?
Yes.
Oh, you did. You went in. Okay. And where? So what'd you do? Did you lower yourself all the way down?
I went.
3 of
into
us have
the-
now.
Well, I'm
What's
in the
that?
cave.
3 of us have done that now.
Oh, you're all in there. No, I missed that.
Oh,
Not all.
Yeah.
There's 3 of us.
3 of you. So Holfi, Rowan, and Zeph.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys lower yourselves into there. You feel that familiar cold wash over you from the doorway entrance to the boys' house. You lower yourself all the way into this this voodoo chamber, for lack of a better phrase. Holfi, you see the gold Astra piece as well as Rowan's copper piece on the ground.
I'm kind of hanging. What do I see when I look up back towards where I've come through?
You see, excuse me. You see what looks like just a rocky cave roof, rocky cave ceiling, not a roof, rocky cave ceiling, like you're inside a cave. The rope that you came in on looks like it kind of just disappears into the roof of this, into the ceiling of this cave.
What do you want to do, Valsina?
You did not transmit.
We look around. We see anything besides the dim light?
So yeah, it's very dim. You see what looks like a lot of kind of knickknacks, for lack of a better word, that have kind of eerie looking. You would recognize these as kind of being like voodoo objects. Dolls that are hanging from the walls with little pins stuck through them. You see skulls kind of posted on various sticks throughout. You see shelving with empty glass containers on them. And in the center of the room, you see what looks like a pentagram with a chest in the middle of it.
That's where the treasure is.
Can we hear each other? Because I know that when Wolfie spoke when he stuck his head under, he couldn't hear himself except in his head. So I try to talk to Rowan. This place is creepy. And did she hear me?
You hear it in your head, but you don't hear your own voice.
I can hear his voice in my head.
You can't. No, you cannot hear each other.
I cast message again. It's a cantrip, so looking at each of them, just
casting a message to one and then the other. So, can you hear this? Nod your head or speak to me if you can.
Can we hear it?
You cannot hear it. You get sense of a very strong magic here.
Can look.
I grab you, point to your rope. And tie it around myself. Gesture for.
Can we breathe? Like
You can breathe. You're not like you're not underwater. But for some reason you can't vocalize. Yeah.
the atmosphere is habitable.
You don't have to ask your DM for everything, man.
Well, Cena, should we go after them? It's been a minute.
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna like lean over the edge and stick my head in there.
Okay. You see Hulfie Rowan down there. Hulfie's tying the rope around Rowan. You see Zeph kind of looking around a little panicked.
I'm heading towards the chest now. Panically looking at the chest.
And I go like this.
I'm not looking her direction.
Oh god. I'll try to like grab your attention, but obviously I can't speak, so I don't know if you see me.
I throw a pebble at him.
At Zeph.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it hit?
Yeah, good.
Attack.
Yeah, do an attack roll.
While this is happening, I pop back out and be like, yeah, they've
Five.
tried.
That one should have hit.
5.
5. Does not hit.
Yeah. It just kind of bounces behind Zeph. He doesn't see it.
Well, what I have felt. Okay, so it didn't hit. So what I felt it didn't hurt.
So
So
I'll
I'm-
come back out to talk to Triskana and be like, they're all tied to the rope and Zeph's heading towards some chest, but also you can't talk in there.
Okay.
Well,
I can
but I
cast
guess-
message, so I'm sure it'll be
Okay.
fine.
True.
I'll just do that, shall we?
So I'm like, how far away was the chest from where we came in?
About 15 feet.
Okay, so
So
I'm
the
about,
room is circular. Pentagram with the chest in the center of it is in the center of the room. You guys came in. You're kind of like towards the edge of this cavern.
okay, so I'm inching slowly. So I'm about 5 feet, and I'm just kind of looking at it
Can I just
closely.
run? Can I run and grab him by the pants or something? To stop him?
That's a thing you can do. Yeah.
Handsome.
Pants up. Yeah.
Skirt, whatever.
So
Yeah.
I'm just like 5 feet. I'm not like touching it. I'm like 5 feet back. I'm just kind of leaning in.
From the pentagram.
Indiana Jones, like anticipation, just like walking up to it.
Yeah,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
Like not sure which goblet I should take. Just kind of like looking at.
Yeah. So Rowan, you run up and you grab Zeph by the back of his shirt to try to pull him back from the pentagram.
You said
Yep.
pants very specifically.
Pants.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
turn back and like, giving, like, what? A what look?
By the seat of his pants. Yeah.
Is there a goose in
I
here?
just can I just look around before we touch this pentagram thing and just see if I notice any lines, tripwires, any kind of trap around this thing?
Nothing stands out to you. There's nothing standing out in terms of what's your passive perception?
3 + 3. I have a
What's on the left? On the left, where it says right here. 13.
Oh, 13.
13
Could be
total.
her active investigation.
Wait.
She's
'Cause it's
looking.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I was looking at it.
Where is passive perception on here? On D&D Beyond.
Passive wisdom, which is perception, so that's
Right?
13.
Yeah, you want passive wisdom.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
13.
Yeah, and Zeph,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
actively looking.
Yeah, I'm actively looking at it.
So all you see, I mean, both Rowan and Zeph. So you both, you don't see anything that looks like a trap. The pentagram is glowing,
That's
a
new.
very faint glow. It's not new. I just didn't describe it well. It's been kind of glowing this whole time, very faintly.
Maybe we
But
can
there's
walk
no
over
traps
by
that you see. At least, yeah.
Can I throw a rock on the pentagram? See if anything happens?
Yep.
Alright, I throw a rock.
Okay.
Do we hear all these like noises, like the rocks hitting walls and stuff? Just not our voices.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you do hear sounds. You don't hear each other's voices.
Hmm.
As you throw the rock into the pentagram, you see it kind of glow red a little bit. It looks hot.
Hot. Okay. I turn to Zeph and I point to the rock and go like this.
She thinks you're hot.
I thought so.
Velcine
I am a
and
rock gnome after all.
I'm not
Have we
there.
finished hopping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we hopped in by now.
Okay. So you guys, you hopped in. You lowered yourself down on the rope as well. What are you doing?
Mind detect magic lasts for 10 minutes. Is it still going, or is it probably done by now?
It is wrapping up right about now.
Okay.
I'd say you have a minute left.
Do I see any changes in this area from what we've seen in all the other places we've been so far? Any, like, different glows or schools or anything?
Does it look any different? Feel any different? No, it feels very familiar as the rest of kind of this whole area you're in. However, the sense of the School of Necromancy feels a little stronger here.
Imagine that.
Which makes sense
Probably the
based
dead
on
things.
the yeah.
So right now I have a component pouch full of, like, bones and beads and feathers and scales and just, you know, like wizard shit. Do I recognize any of the magic shit they have around here?
Magic shit.
You know, it's an arcana term.
Yeah, can I just read the sigil?
I want to know if I recognize any of, like, the trinkets.
Any of the trinkets. So as for the trinkets, you don't recognize any of them in particular. They look, if they are specific to a type of magic or specific spells, they also look ancient. You can't quite identify what they might be used for.
I can't. Okay, I don't know what they're
Yeah.
for. Okay.
Mm-mm. Valsina, you were trying to look at if you recognize anything about the sigil a little bit.
Yeah.
It looks like a, based on what you can see, it looks like maybe a protective sigil.
Interesting. Okay.
How big is the pentagram the chest sits on? Like, what's the diameter?
It's about maybe 8 feet wide,
It's a big one.
8 feet in diameter. Yeah.
All right.
And how big is the chest?
About 3 feet,
Does it look heavy?
3 feet wide. It does look heavy. Yeah.
So while you guys were doing this, Holfie and I took our ropes off, tied it around an arrow, and I'm about to shoot it at the chest.
Okay.
Clearly something in DM had not anticipated.
Which I had a different idea, so I want to first try this. I want to try to fashion a lasso to try and, try and rope that
I only have
chest.
one rope.
I was just gonna push it with my really long stick, but I guess that works too.
Less cool, but
We
okay.
can't communicate, but yeah.
How long is your stick?
Probably a little shorter than me. It's probably like 7 feet, maybe 8 feet. I don't know.
That would work. It might bring your
big.
stick up, but
So we're talking and they're talking and we don't know what they're doing and they
We're pushing, or we're pulling, and you
We're
guys
like-
are pushing.
yeah.
Yeah.
It just moves nowhere.
Valcine is just like pointing to her staff, and I'm just like,
Yeah, so Holfie, Rowan, you guys throw this lasso over the chest. As Valsina, you try to like poke at the chest, and you're looking at each other like. As you take your what is it, your spear? Is it, or your quarterstaff?
My quarterstaff.
As soon as you start to poke at it, as soon as it crosses the threshold of this sigil, it starts to burn and smoke.
Oh, pulling that back.
Yeah. The rope also, as you throw it over, starts to singe, smoking as well.
Just pull back a singed rope.
is there anything else in this room besides, like, the voodoo knickknacks and the pentagram?
Bunch of creepy dolls. Oh yeah, the knickknacks.
Are there any other obvious entrances, exits, or anything like that? Is it just
Not that you see. It's just all walls and ceiling, and all you see are the knickknacks and everything.
Do I
or the
notice?
paddywhacks?
It looks as almost as abandoned as the rest of this village that you've been exploring.
Do I notice if that Valsina took that dagger? I was in the room, but I don't know.
So we can kind of retro that a little bit. How about you do a perception check and you counter it if you're being stealthy. If not, yeah. If
I'm
you're
not being particularly stealthy, but I haven't called it out.
Okay. Do a
I mean,
perception check
Cascana
then,
knows, yeah.
Rowan. Yeah.
Okay. 9.
9. I would say you probably didn't notice. Not because it was trying to be hidden from you, but yeah, Rowan didn't notice.
Okay.
Triskana knows, but
Well, I'm creepy. Just like,
What is the sigil? Is it written in something? Is it carved?
it looks like it's inscribed into the ground with some sort of glowing material. You're not sure what exactly.
I take the end of my staff and I try to rub out like a part of it, seeing if I can maybe break the sigil.
Okay. It does not budge, does not break.
Okay.
It looks like it's kind of just embedded into the ground, into the stone floor.
All right.
Maybe we had something.
Are there any entrances or exits to this room?
Not
Other
that you
than ceiling
see.
rope?
It looks like it's all walls. All
Well, the
walls and
ceiling wasn't
and
real,
rope
so I'm
through.
just gonna start patting and see if I find if my hand goes through anything.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, just
yeah, I'll pick up on what she's doing and I'll take the opposite wall.
Okay. So you guys start patting around on the walls. Hopefully, Rowan, you're watching them like, what are they doing? You
I'm
guys
looking
are.
for a table.
What's that?
I'm looking for a table.
For a table? Okay. Just kind of, that's it. Yeah, so you're patting around the walls. Feels like solid walls. Cold, kind of mildewy, if you will. Rowan, there is a table on kind of the far wall on the opposite side of where you guys entered this cavern.
I try with my little 3-foot self, just pushing the table towards the chest in hopes that something bigger will take longer to catch fire, so I can push the chest out of the circle.
Okay. So as you push the table across, it's making a loud grinding sound on the floor of this cavern. As it enters the area that the sigil is in, it suddenly becomes very heavy. And as you get about halfway over the sigil, it's too heavy to budge. And now it's sitting there on the sigil.
I want to look at these voodoo dolls or whatever they're the little trinkets, and see if there's any that look familiar. Anything that looked like the boy that we saw in the house, the ghost boy, or God forbid anything that looks like us. Or anyone on the
Why
ship.
did you have to say some shit like that?
I just wanted
To our DM
I wanted to look at it, and now the DM's gonna say yes.
Yeah, now they're fucking
Yes,
us, Matt.
there's
Thank
so
you.
many that look like. Yeah, I know.
Now there is.
Sorry.
You don't know what I have planned and what I don't.
Yeah, but yes.
Yes, we do.
Stop giving him ideas.
So, as you're examining these voodoo dolls that are kind of hanging up on, hanging from the walls and from some of the shelving, you notice one in particular seems familiar. You're looking at it a little closer. Is that a dragonborn? Looks like, is that DMX?
Damn it, Mike.
I want to.
We can pronounce it more like DMX, like Tiamat, if you want. That makes it better.
Zala or Durgos.
DMX.
Dergo Megalazala.
There we go.
Rosanna Dana.
Oh my god! All right. I want to pat Zeph on the shoulder just to get his attention.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me if you can figure out what this. I'll gesture like this, like.
I'll cast like produce flame
Okay.
and be like,
I'm going to pocket the Durgos, the DMX. Trinket.
Okay.
Just because I'm just taking them, like looking at it, like it's too weird. It's got a Coraline doll.
Mm-hmm.
Oy. All right.
I'll take a cue from Falsina and I'll pour some water out of my canteen and then I'll shape water into this tiny tentacle and I'll hold it out to Zeph and point to the chest.
Okay, so maybe I don't understand, but I'm pretty sure that guy exists only as a bonus action on combat. I don't think I can just conjure.
You can use it. Yeah, it's you don't have to be in combat, right? Like you can use it.
Bonus action for
You'll
life.
still use it. If you have spell slots, you have spell slots.
It's like,
you'll still use a
all right,
spell slot.
I
but-
punched Zeph.
Yeah. Now we're in combat, bitch.
Roll initiative, bitch.
Yeah.
Better walk in front of that case then.
Bob Barker and Happy Gilmore.
Damn's fighting words.
I can, but okay, no, this is
Why?
meta,
What's it
but-
say? What are you thinking? What?
Well, I mean, clearly, I guess she wants me to use the tentacle to open the chest at this point, but the thing with, it strikes at my foes. I don't know that I can command it. I don't know that I can say, yeah, go kick that guy's ass, but I don't. I don't.
The chest is a foe? That's between you and Mike. Just throwing it out there.
The chest. Well, all right. So how's it work in combat then? You summon this, and it can attack, right? It
Yeah.
attacks the opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say you can summon it, and you can attack the chest. Yep.
Hang on, let's
Hey,
see
motherfucker's got a 10-foot reach, so.
here. Yeah. All right. So getting back to the meta of it, this is the last use I have until we do a long rest. So, all right. So can you show me your motion again? What you intended for me to do with this tentacle? What the idea that you had? Yeah, I get that. Like I now understand that you want me to whip it out, but like, what is it that you want me to do with it?
Excuse me while I whip this. Yeah, so Triscana will gesture with the water again in a smaller version, like the tentacle, like being placed at the edge of the pentagram and then whipping towards the chest. But as it does, like it, like probably just burst into steam as it crosses the threshold.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So,
Okay.
all right. So I, in my warlocky ways, conjure up my tentacle of the deep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you do.
Fascination.
Okay. All right. So as as you whip out your tentacle, outside of the sigil, it just thwaps the chest on its side, and budges the chest about 3 feet. About 3 feet from the edge of the sigil. It's still in the sigil.
Is the tentacle holding?
It is.
Yeah.
Does
he
the
hangs
does
out for a
the does the
minute.
tentacle have HP?
Fucking flop, flop,
No.
flop. Just
Okay.
No, he doesn't get a turn either. He just kind of acts. He's my bonus
He
action.
keeps going. Okay.
So he's around for a
Um,
minute. So I mean, presumably he can keep smacking the shit out of it.
Okay.
Unless
Yeah.
he's
So
being damaged or hurt, I guess. I don't know if he can be damaged or hurt.
whirls back again. Thwap! Hits it one more time. The chest is clear of the sigil.
I silently
And-
applaud.
I give my tentacle a high five before he dissipates.
I love it. Did you ever name it?
Not yet.
I love it so much.
I'm gonna come up with something better than DMX though.
I just want to. I know it's unlikely. Again, the same thing as you were worried about with the dagger and whether we can, you can take it with you. But I want to draw the sigil that I see on the floor now that the chest is clear. Just whatever there is, the symbol in perfect detail.
Okay. I will get that over to you.
Cool.
In future time.
Okay,
Yep.
Cool.
I point to the chest and then I point to Rowan.
And then I point back and I just like can. So I'm trying to see if she can do detect magic, but I don't know how to like sign language that. But
Okay.
I guess I'll look around and just see if I notice anything weird about the chest. I'll walk around it a few times just to make sure there aren't any like spring action things or.
So we
Traps that I
shall
can
learn
notice.
sign language in our downtime.
Yeah.
Like for life in general. Yeah.
Yeah. Rowan says you're kind of circling it, kind of trying to inspect it a little bit. You're not touching it or anything. Looks like a normal chest, rather unassuming. There is a lock on the front of it.
Okay. I steal Valsina's staff and I just poke it real quick just to make sure it's not still hot.
Yeah, so you poke it. Yeah, it's just ding, 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 ding. Yeah, it's not hot.
I'm gonna join
All right.
Rowan and see if I see any traps on it. On the
Okay.
chest.
Yeah, gonna do a perception check. Are you looking at it? Are you touching it, or what?
Checking for traps. I don't know. I'm never the rogue. I will run my fingers along the edges of it and kind of touch the lock and see if anything feels out of place, like there's any mechanism that's might be set as a trigger.
Joke's on you. Splinter, take 8d12 damage.
Yeah.
No, I'm a wizard. Now I'm dead.
8d12.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Just the one splinter is enough to take me out.
Kill us all.
Yeah. So you don't find any traps. It looks pretty like a standard issue chest, if you will.
Just get yeeted by a splinter.
So I take out my lock picking tools and I start trying to pick the lock.
Okay.
Do I sleight of hand or not?
Yeah, do a sleight of hand check.
16.
Okay. It's not budging. Not opening.
I turn to everybody and I'm like,
Rybar, hold on.
I mouth that I'm not proficient in thieves' tools.
I get out my crowbar because I do have a crowbar. Sorry,
Okay.
crowbar. I have one, and I just try to.
All we need is someone with a +1 strength modifier.
Yeah.
Any positive number.
I've got -1, so.
You're
I
like-
have -1.
Yeah,
I
-1.
also have -1. I'll assist, like I'll jump on it with her and like.
Wait,
put
no,
my weight on.
I'm
What?
flat, but also I count as a large creature when I'm trying to do the.
Oh yeah, you can sit on it, right?
Yeah.
You just cut out Valsina. What'd you say?
She's-
Yeah, so when pushing or pulling or carrying stuff, I count as a large creature.
Let the Wookiee win.
Okay. So what are you doing? Sorry. So what are you doing? I'm sorry, Valsina.
I'm assuming I'm gonna try to push down on it with all my weight.
Just to try to like break it open.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming.
Okay. Gonna do a strength
Right?
check. Yeah.
Okay, so this isn't gonna. Oh, I'll give myself guidance too.
Can
This
we all
isn't gonna be
assist her
great.
too? Like,
I also have a crowbar. Can I just get in there and lean on mine as well? Like we're all trying to get it on the same direction.
You're all just trying to bust into this chest. All of you,
maybe
pretty
some
much.
of
Is
us
that
should
right?
stand back.
Everyone do strength checks then.
10.
5.
Maybe.
8.
8.
8. What was yours, Valsina?
It was a natural 1, but I get to add a D4 to it, so 4.
We are so embarrassing.
Fucking disgusting.
We are the weakest
-1.
fucking D&D party that ever lived.
Oh my god.
How did
All
we
right,
not
Mike. What happens?
coordinate?
What happens with all 5 of us weekly
Oh, man,
trying
roll
to crack
through
this
this.
son of a bitch open?
How many bones
Yeah.
of our own?
Just
How many of our brutal fucking bird bones did we just break?
Valsina, you got like by pushing on it, you like scraped the edge of your finger, and you got like a wicked hangnail now. Just kind of like you tried to break it open with your hands, and you slip, and you just fell like face first on the ground. Zeph, you were trying to kind of push it open as well. When Triskana fell, you just kind of went face first, and you just like landed on top of the chest over it. Holfi, Rowan, you're both working with the crowbar, and the crowbar just kind of like pops off and just what the hell?
All right, so I get frustrated, take a step back, and cast Eldritch Blast
Yeah, you do.
right at the chest.
Okay.
And trying to center it on the lock. Obviously, it's a bit unwieldy, but
Three Stooges shit. I love it. Oh
yeah,
my god.
I just fucking whack the chest with Eldritch Blast.
All right.
Hopefully we're all
as-
out of the way.
I feel like the real treasure is not like that. This is like a very finely inlaid mahogany chest.
Oh no, whatever's in there is fucking wrecked if it's not
Yeah.
hardened.
Eldritch Blast comes out. As it's about to hit it, it just goes around the chest and just dissipates.
Oh, guys, I'm proficient in thieves' tools. I had no idea.
Do you have thieves' tools?
That's a great question.
I have thieves' tools, or you could maybe use a dagger.
Okay, if you have proficient in thieves' tools, we can make this work. Unless, are you proficient in thieves' tools?
Yeah, I am.
Oh,
I never. If I'm proficient, do I get to? Do I have advantage? Because I did.
Add your proficiency bonus to your like.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, she should have been able to add her proficiency bonus.
Oh, you didn't add your proficiency bonus? It didn't do it for you in D&D Beyond?
I think,
When you did your...
Well, yeah, I guess I would have just...
No, I did add it. I have a... If it's... Because you said sleight of hand, so I did the sleight of hand for it.
You got a hammer, too.
Yeah, but... Oh, can anyone shrink this thing down and then we'll work on it on the ship or something? My gosh. No.
We're all baby magic.
Well,
users.
if we're less than a mile away from the ship,
We're on another plane, I think, so that's not gonna
are we on another plane, or are we dealing with an illusion in our sleep, or?
And we can't hear each other right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking this in my head, that probably won't work, and...
Sweet.
All right. I've got an idea. I'm going to wild shape into a brown bear, pick it up, and just smash.
Don't smash it!
Yeah, you are.
Okay.
Or fine. I'll try to pry it apart with my bear claws first.
With your bare hands?
Air claw roll.
Literally your bare
Key
hands, yeah.
anywhere among the voodoo trinkets that are around this room.
Put the freaking dagger in there.
May I do an investigation check?
If
See
we're-
Yes, do an investigation check. Yep, go ahead.
Okay.
As Valsina, so Hulfie's looking for a key as you start to transform into this brown bear.
15.
15. So you give like a real quick, like you're like kind of frantic as you see Valsina turning into this bear and you want her to smash the... you don't find a key. There's no key anywhere on the shelves. Valsina, you've transformed into this bear. You're massive.
I'm just
8
trying
feet
to
tall.
rip it apart, like where the pry bars kind of made like the weird indent. I'm digging my claws in and just trying to pull it apart with my bear strength.
Okay.
Trike's
Yeah,
never
do a
seen-
strength.
Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
Trike's never seen a bear before, so you see her just start screaming silently.
Go and do a strength check.
We're all in a silent film right now. Just like it cuts to black and then just see roar.
We should really mute
Okay,
ourselves.
so
Oh yeah, here we go. Hold on.
it's gonna be this, but higher. I'm just gonna roll meat. Roll. Let's go. Are you fucking serious? I rolled a 5, so 9. Oh my god! Can I
Yeah.
get double digits?
As your bear roar, you try to rip it open, but they don't hear the roar. They just see your mouth like, and you can't rip it open.
Can I
Unfortunately.
talking it one more time, or I just can't after trying once?
I don't know what the rule for that is. You can try at a disadvantage, maybe because you already tried once and didn't
Or
work.
I pull up a lamp to try and assist her.
Okay.
Just light it. Try and give her some light.
Come on!
I think
Dude, shining a flashlight.
I think you
for
up
his
the
dad
DC
with the car.
usually, Mike.
Alright, it's an 18,
The
but if
DCs.
it's... do I do disadvantage if you're helping me? I'm not sure.
It's Mike's call.
So I upped the DC. It's not disadvantage. So what you rolled an 18? 18 total. That's with your modifier and everything.
With the sleight of hand modifier, yeah.
Oh wait.
And then you add plus 2.
Yep.
Sorry.
It still doesn't open, unfortunately.
My god, this
Wait,
lock
so-
is...
No, there's a +2 on that, so it would have been 20.
It should be 20.
Still doesn't open.
Fuck!
Push it back into the thing.
No, I'm gonna try to bear smash it a few times. I'm angry.
Okay.
Punch yourself in the face. You raging now?
As you pick
100-pound bear, like, come on.
as you pick up the chest with Rowan's key still in it, she looks at you alarmed at this giant bear taking her lockpicking kit with it. You smash it down. Do a strength check.
Oh.
Baby.
Okay. Come on.
Well, if it landed on the pick in the lock.
Natural 20 plus 4. 24.
Hey!
Yep. So it comes smashing down. It still doesn't bust open.
Alright,
Top rated it!
Rowan's got a really weird idea, but I don't know if Rowan would have this idea, so I'm not sure.
Yeah. Rowan has this idea. You just said it, so just have
Rowan
it.
only has weird ideas, so.
I take my dagger out and just because I'm looking around, looking at all this weird voodoo crap, and I just kind of maybe prick my finger and see if that does anything. Like put a little blood on the lock or something.
Okay.
I don't know. Trying anything at that point.
Sure, you prick your finger a little bit. A little blood comes out, drops onto the lock. Still nothing.
Now you need a band-aid. But I'm also taking all my my thieves' tools back. Looking at the bear, like, you bastard.
Looking at the voodoo doll I have of Zalu, Durgo, do I see like any little rough spots on his hands?
Yes.
Shit.
You stop poking that shit, Matt? I hate it. And
I was just curious about it, that's all. I just wanted to, it's like, we're all just like thinking about stuff and I just keep like looking down like, ooh, okay, that's all. Alright.
I just sit down.
Alright. So this chest does not want to be opened.
I have
what do
a
you-
second even dumber idea than the bear
Okay.
idea that I'm tempted to use.
I'm here for it.
How big is the keyhole, and does it go all the way into the chest?
It is locked, and it is a keyhole that goes inside the chest. Yes.
What if I just like turned into an ant?
It's
You have
weird.
to
If you
lift
cut
a
out,
lot
it sounded like
of
you said it was
words.
a dumb idea, but all I heard
Or
was
she wants
an
to turn
amazing
into an
idea.
Like,
If you die, are you in the case still? And then we have to try
I
to
would
get you out.
pop back to me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
she's
then I
like-
need to take a.
oh,
Then I would just
You
need
would
to
be
take a
equal
short
to a bloody
rest
Hulk.
until I can turn into an ant again and leave.
Okay, so
I have
out of
an idea as
character,
well.
you die as an ant, you turn into Valsina. Valsina is then inside this chest.
I think you take force damage from being in, like, if you phase walk into a wall and then you become real, or you become tangible, then you take force damage until you can force your way out.
I'm assuming my crunched up body would be able to fit inside of the chest, though.
Would it, Mike, or would it kill her by compression?
It's a 3-foot wide.
What, as an ant if she tried to enter the chest?
No, if
If
she
she
turned
turns
back
her
into
herself.
Valsina inside the chest, would she fit? Would she die?
How tall are you?
Like 7 feet tall. But
you,
I'm young, so I'm scrawny.
yeah, you would, like I said, it's about 3 feet wide, maybe about 2 feet tall. You could probably do it, you think? Because let's do the math here. So it's 3 feet wide, 2 feet tall, 2 feet deep. So what's that? 3 by 2. So that's 6 by 2. It's 12 cubic square feet. You are
Cubic
7.
square feet?
12, yeah, it's 12, right? Isn't that 3 by 2 by 2? 12
Cubic
square
feet.
Is it cubic feet or
Cubic
square
feet.
feet?
Cubic feet, yeah.
How many dimensions are we dealing in here? I don't fucking
Yeah.
know.
Second and third. It's
Yeah.
fantasy
Yeah.
land.
All the dimensions.
And you're what, like 7 feet tall by like a foot deep? So yeah, you could, so that's what, 7
It would
square feet?
suck, but I'd.
You'd probably be okay?
Probably
Yeah.
wouldn't break your neck in half, at least.
Yeah.
All right.
I might like break my legs or something, but
This
I'd
is the
probably.
worst
be
dream
alive.
ever.
You know, fine. Before I'm gonna stop being a bear, return back into me. I'm gonna take out that weird cursed dagger. I'm gonna be like, I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I'm holding it in the rag still. I'm like, I don't know. It's probably some kind of weird puzzle. Let's see.
So what are you doing with it? You're poking the dagger at the
Yeah,
chest?
I'm just kind of poking it at the keyhole. Like, I don't know, man.
Okay. As you poke it at the keyhole, you feel the dagger get cold. Familiar cold sensation that you had when you entered the house, as well as the fountain.
Okay.
Nothing happens with the chest, but you feel the cold kind of wash through the dagger.
All right,
Okay,
at this point-
now that that's happened, I'm just gonna go around touching my dagger to things to see what reacts.
Okay.
I remember doing
I
that.
want to point to the hinges and on the back of the chest and see if she can
Oh,
try
okay.
to cut them off. the dagger.
I want to, the water I poured out of my canteen before, I'll pour a little more out of my canteen. And then I'll manipulate it so, like a baseball amount size of water is smashed up against the lock. And I put 2 more on the hinges, and then I freeze them.
Okay.
Just to, like, make them as brittle as I can.
Okay. So you freeze these balls of water against the 2 hinges as well as the lock.
Yeah, I just wanted to see
Okay.
if I can make them brittle,
Me-
easier to break.
I want to try to lift get some help and see if we can lift the chest out of this silent cave thing.
We want to try the knife thing first.
You're trying to pull it up out of the cave?
I'd like to. If anyone
Okay.
else will help me, if not, then we'll try the other things first.
Sure, I'm here to be your muscle.
I don't know if I'd be able to reach, but I can try.
So
I'm just gonna hold up the rope we had left tied.
Mm-hmm.
The rope isn't tied to the pole. It was brought down with me and Holfie.
we had another rope tied down when we came in.
My assumption was you left a rope tied because because the rope was still leading up into the cavern ceiling. Yeah.
And if you took yours with you, I would have put one in. We all have rope.
Okay. So, Holfie, what do you... So, Valsina, you take your... Real quick, because I know a few of you have said what you're doing. Valsina, you take your dagger and you're kind of like dabbing it against stuff. Nothing else feels cold like it did when you touched the key lock. Holfie, you take the rope and lasso it around the chest.
Tie a little harness and everything to try and hoist it up out of the... with some help, trying to hoist it out of the cave back to where we can talk.
So to do that, you pull yourself up first, right?
Right.
As you exit. Did anybody else follow him immediately?
Yeah, I prairie dog up.
You did. Anybody else go with him?
I didn't go with him. I'm looking around the room to see if there was anything that made sense that would fit in the keyhole or anything that looks keyish.
Okay. Zeph, so you don't find anything.
Okay.
You do a search as much as Holfie or anybody else did. There's really nothing that fits in this keyhole. Holfie, it sounds like you're the only one that went up for... Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm gonna help from the bottom side.
Okay. All right. Holfie, so you're the only one that goes up there by yourself first. You feel that cold wash over you, and the cold was kind of lingering with you down there a little bit, and it seems to have fallen off you as you kind of exit back into this town square. As you pull yourself up and your eyes, make their way over the lip of the fountain, off in the distance, you see a large dragonborn, not child, but late teenager, soon to be an adult, looming over the boy from the house that you entered before, and you see four other human characters, human NPCs, standing next to the Dragonborn as he's looming over this boy on the ground.
What color is this Dragonborn?
What color is he? Red.
Okay.
Same color as
DMX.
As DMX. Yep. You hear him say, the Dragonborn, "Hey, you little shit, hand it over before I run these knuckles through your face. You and your half-blood painter of an old man. Cares more about his fairs and paintings than he does about you and your mom. And you have to pay his debts." And he takes his fist and just punches the boy on the ground across the face.
I want to try to cast Dissonant Whispers on the doll.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be Wisdom save of 13.
Okay. So on me, right? Wisdom save of 13?
Yeah.
If the doll is affected.
Well, I rolled. All right, failed. So what does that do?
Okay, 3d6 damage.
Okay.
And it's
To the doll.
Just in case, you never know. It takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows away from me. Creature doesn't move into obviously dangerous ground. So, yeah.
Okay. Damn. What type of this is psychic damage?
Yes.
So after he clocks them, you cast this on the voodoo doll, and you go. He goes, ah! And he backs away, and he just stumbles back down the alley, that away from the boy that's on the ground. And you see the kind of jitter again that you saw the boy in the house. And DMX, this dragonborn, is standing in front of the boy again, blood dripping from his knuckles, and he's looking around and just kind of shakes his head, and he clocks the boy across the face again, this time with his other hand. He says,
mockery.
He says, "Dragonborns like yourself aren't welcome in this town. I don't know why you thought you would be coming here in the first place."
Wait, hold on. Zalu says this, or the boy says this to him?
DMX says this, the Dragonborn, to the boy on the ground.
He says Dragonborns like you aren't welcome here?
Mm-hmm.
But he is a Dragonborn?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't quite make sense of it.
Alright.
Can I climb out the well now, because Holfie hasn't been pulling this thing, and I'm like, what's
going on?
Yeah,
I'm just like vibing here, like, you gonna what?
Like hold of the rope.
I'm like tugging on it. I'm like, and you're just like engrossed in whatever's going on over there.
So Valsina, as you pull yourself up, you see what Holfie sees, and as you do, you see another glitch, and you see the boy on the ground briefly become a Dragonborn. And the Dragonborn standing over this boy briefly become a human, and then it glitches back, and they're both boy on the ground, Dragonborn standing over him. The boy on the ground pulls open the jacket that you saw him put on earlier and pulls out what looks like a coin purse of some sort. Yep. He goes, "This is all I have."
How far away are they?
From you guys?
Yeah.
About 25 feet.
Great. Can I do an action, or do you want to finish what you're doing right now?
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm not thinking, I'm just remembering back to my days growing up. So what I'm gonna do is kind of a gut reaction. I'm gonna use my racial ability. Oh wait, no, I'm not, because I think once I attack with that, it disappears. Whatever. Actually, no, that's fine. I'm gonna use my racial ability, which lets me go invisible as a bonus action.
Okay.
And I'm gonna run up with that dagger, and I'm gonna try to stab DMX.
Okay.
Dagger from this time. Let's see what happens. Let's go.
I feel like something's not right. Like it's not him.
It's not right, yeah, but I'm very upset, so.
Okay. Yeah, so you run up with this dagger. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and do just do a stealth check for me. You are invisible, right?
Yes, I am invisible.
Yeah.
Come on.
Are you trying to be stealthy, I guess you should say? You are, since
yeah,
you're invisible, right? Yeah, could just do a stealth check.
Yeah. Okay, 19.
Yeah. So you run up over the sound of the yelling of the boys around the Dragonborn and the kids saying, "This is all they can't hear you." And you run up and you stab the Dragonborn looming over him with the dagger. And with that, there's the glitch again, and the boy on the ground transforms becomes the Dragonborn, and the boy standing over him, the Dragonborn standing over him becomes the boy standing over him. So they've seemingly switched places. And DMX on the ground looks like he's cowering down, holding the coin purse up, and tosses it to the boy standing over him. And as you stab the boy standing over him, he kind of crumples over and dissipates into dust. And the other boys look at him, and they just start to scream, kind of that hideous scream that you heard before.
I've messed stuff up. Let's go.
And the coin purse that was tossed to the boy falls to the ground, and it's currently sitting on the ground.
So the boy still died?
The boy disappeared into dust, basically. Yep.
So what? I went to go stab
As-
DMX and it turned into the boy. Or I did.
You went to stab DMX and he turned into the boy, and the boy on the ground turned into DMX, basically. Yep.
The old switcheroo.
The other 4 humans that were with the bully, you also hear hideous scream from them, and they disappear into dust. And now it's just you staring at a coin purse on the ground.
I'll pick it up.
I climb up out of the cavern by now too.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll look at Holfie and be like, I don't like bullies.
I'm up too.
He
Is the
can't-
chest out of the cave as well?
Yeah,
I
I
guess we're
forgot
hoisting it
about
up.
that.
You're hoisting up the
Chest, yeah.
chest. Okay.
I'll help him.
Okay. So you all hoist up the chest. Valsina, you have this coin purse. Zeph, what are you doing?
Coming along.
Coming along for the ride. All right. So you guys are all out of the fountain now, and you see Valsina kind of standing over by these like small piles of dust on the ground, holding a kind of tattered coin purse.
What the hell happened over there?
As you hold the coin purse, the leather of which it is made then turns to ash, and these coins fall through your fingers to the ground below.
Oh.
You notice what type of coin they are?
Yeah, I'll start picking them up again.
We just
Yes.
see floating coins fall to the ground.
It's true, yeah.
Like I just dropped a bunch of coins on the ground. I'm like, oh.
You do recognize the coins. Well, Valsina does. If the rest of you are with her, you do too. They look like kind of standard gold pieces from Dervos. Scattered amongst the coins, you find a key.
Hey, look at that. Well,
Are you visible yet? I'm not sure how to.
oh yeah, no. The second after I attacked, I went visible.
Okay, good.
Sorry, I should have clarified that. Yeah, no.
Just want to know how to play it.
Like, Holfie's just seen some shit. And I'm like, oh, look, a key, cool.
Is everyone okay?
I mean, the weird ghost things. I don't know. But...
Dash in my
Okay
hand.
is relative right now.
Okay is relative.
Okay.
All right.
Do I still have like a dragonborn doll in my hand, or is it like
You do. You have it. Yep.
Okay.
So, did anyone pick up that key?
Yeah, I have it. Does anyone want to do the honors, or should I just go for it? I'm pretty good. I'm 2 out of 2 for cursed objects. So like,
Say, I'll just do it. Rowan's just fed up with this freaking
Okay.
law.
I'll hit Rowan then.
Just gone.
Okay.
Do you recognize any magic about this?
Don't have it. I can cast.
What do you think?
I can cast detect magic again, but it'll take a minute. Yeah.
Oh. I don't think we're going anywhere just yet.
Okay. I'll kneel down again and like look up, and take a minute to cast detect magic again.
Okay. On the doll that you're holding, right? Yeah, so you it takes a minute, but yeah, you do get a sense that there's magic emanating from this what looks like kind of like a voodoo doll. I guess it's very necromantic.
I share that with Holfie. And what about the key? Does it seem magical?
Key does seem magical as well. Yeah, it seems magical.
Okay.
So,
Can I check to see if I heard what Tolfi and Triscano were saying?
Yeah, we weren't trying to hide it.
Alright, cool.
about the doll? Yeah. Yeah, so you hear it.
we were
Yeah.
talking about it. She was kneeling down on the ground for a little while, so it was,
Mhm.
she was doing something.
Okay. So what are you guys doing?
You want to open the chest?
Try.
May as well.
Go ahead. If it feels right to you.
Just in case something.
I say, oh, for God's sake, and I just take it and I unlock the chest.
Draw my rapier just in case.
Okay. So you prepare your rapier. Who has the key, Valsina?
Rowan.
Yeah.
Rowan does.
Yeah, I just took it because I couldn't wait anymore because it's a box and I want to open it.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you tell me what you do.
I put the key in the keyhole and I turn it.
All right. And it was so easy the whole time, but you just didn't have the key. And it clicks open.
Okay. I give the, before I open it, I just give the lock the finger, and then I open it.
Okay, yep. So you open it up. Kind of creaks open. Very pitch black inside there. You do see what looks like a leather, looks like some sort of bag of some sort, kind of tied at the top. Maybe about this big around. Just a bag sitting in there. Some sort of leather or skin bag.
Bigger or smaller than a human head?
About the size of a human
Why
head.
would you put that in his head? Why would you?
You're right,
I'll
it's
take
fun.
it out. I take the
What's in the
pouch out.
box?
What's
Is
in the
there-
box?
Box. So-
What's in the box? No.
Anybody want to open this?
Sure.
Okay, here you go, Elsina.
So Valsina, being that you have your surgical and your medical background, do a perception check.
Oh,
It's a fucking
nice.
no. I don't like where this is
Fucking nice.
going.
He's a head.
This is gonna
I
be
will guide
gross.
myself.
It's a dick in a box.
I was thinking of my So I got a 19 plus 20. 20 total.
Yeah.
Just
So what you do notice, not about what's in
made
the
out of
bag, because the bag is
It's
just a
skin,
bag
it's
right now. It's made out of human skin.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to. Okay,
Oh,
but
yeah.
we open in it. We gotta do it. We gotta do it, man.
As you pull it, you kind of untie the
The
string
skin bag.
wrapping around it.
Get out of human skin.
You open it up, and as you do, you hear a loud yell as this force comes up out of the bag, and it's a human form, only kind of spirit-like, and it's vaguely the form of a human male, skinny, lanky, goes up into the sky. Off in the distance, you hear a loud shriek.
You're welcome.
From sounds like a woman's shriek, very shrill, very kind of torturous.
Oh, you think we're supposed to leave that in there?
I might have been a maybe.
Let's do something bad. I think we may have let something out of a prison.
Whose
Yeah.
perspective? Good,
You guys
bad.
feel everything ripple around you. Everything glitches, like you saw glitching of the boy and glitching of the dragonborn, and suddenly you find yourself standing. It looks like the similar town. Buildings crumbling. It looks like the same thing, same place, but it looks like you're at these docks. The ocean waves kind of crashing in front of you, with kind of decaying docks, and off in front of you, you see.
Look, if he was evil, they should have said "evil man, do not release" on the
They
front.
should have, locked it away or put it
Yeah, they-
behind some kind of
Yeah,
protection.
No. They should have at least "dead dove, do not eat." Like, come on, that's like the bare minimum.
Well, I would have opened it anyway.
Yeah, Rowan does.
Don't dead, open inside.
If it was something that could cast a spell to find a way to find its way out, that would explain why it was silenced. It was a prison.
Well, you know what?
We didn't think of it.
Did it sound
We were
like
just
the-
hoping it would have been treasure. Some coin would have been nice.
Or maybe the way out of here.
DM question.
Mm-hmm.
The wailing that we heard.
Yep.
Did it happen to sound like any wailing we've heard in dreams before?
Yes. Sounded familiar.
We've messed up the timeline. Great.
As things glitch around you and you arrive at these decaying docks, you see a small boy, matte black hair, standing at the foot of one of these docks that has collapsed and is kind of just jutting into the water. Holfi, you recognize this as, is it Fane? Fawn?
Fawn. Well, I
Fawn,
wouldn't know. I have never seen him.
your grandson.
In a dream, the way that you can recognize people without having seen them.
Same nose as your family nose. looks familiar. Same hair, kind of somewhat little curly black hair. He's laughing as the waves lap at his feet. And as he's laughing, he looks over at you, Holfi, smiles. And as he smiles, he transforms into a greyhound and looks over at you, Rowan. The greyhound looks at you like this. Then the greyhound transforms into an Astra, and it's Fegala, Triskana. You immediately recognize her. And then suddenly, Fegala transforms into this. One sec. I'll put it into... There you go. All right, if you're all in Fantasy Grounds, you can see it.
Yeah.
Let's take a 5-minute break there. I need everybody to roll initiative, and then we'll... Are you guys all good for, like...
6 more hours? Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's a polar bear shark dog.
Like another hour max, maybe? Is that okay?
What is this thing?
Yeah? Okay.
I'm good.
Transforms into this, like, half bear, half amphibious creature.
Thanks, I hate it.
We'll take a 5-minute break there and come back.
I think it looks cool as fuck.
It does
I
look
love
cool.
it
I
too.
can't wait to get killed by it.
All right. Okay. All right, welcome back. So if everybody can roll initiative and just tell me what you get.
Oh, nat 20 for 22.
Fuck.
All right, so
What a
Triskana
waste of
is
script there.
Nat 20.
22.
So 22.
Wow, 22 as well. All right.
What's your dex?
Crappy. My dex is +1, 12.
+2. Ladies first, sorry.
Yep. No problem.
Okay. What? Who else got what?
I got a 17.
All right, Rowan 17. Zeph, what'd you get?
5.
5.
I got
Okay.
a 7, so.
All right, so
Fucking shite.
Same. I was like waiting to the end to say mine. I was like, it's not good. I'm
That's
not
what
going
I was doing
first
as
half.
I was waiting for the countdown. All right.
you got a
23,
7
17.
and Zeph got
Yeah,
a 5.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are standing about, depending on where you are, maybe about 20 to 30 feet away from this rather large creature. How do I lock a token size? Lock. Release token scale, lock token. There we go. All right. Yeah, that's good. All right, so you guys are all standing there about the southern portion of the docks. And this large, kind of half amphibious, half bear-looking creature just transformed from some of the things that you're most familiar with in your life, staring at you, teeth bared, growling at you. And he is rather large as well. So Triskana, you're up first.
Is it too late for diplomacy?
For what? What'd you say?
Diplomacy.
Speak to it in bear. What does it say?
Okay, can I just say, Mike, it is a testament to how good of a DM you are that you are making us fight you were like, what if a bear was a shark? And I made my players fight it, and I'm still scared. So,
Yep.
well done.
Yeah.
Bear. Is Valsina still a bear?
No, I'm a furbolg again. I could re-bear, or I could dire wolf.
Bear.
Everybody used all their spells to open this box up.
I was playing all along.
All right. I'm pretty tapped as far as what I can do. I'll cast a good old-fashioned firebolt at it,
Okay.
right at its snout. That is I foretold before when I woke up this morning that I was going to roll a 13 on that. This is my
13.
portent roll. I'm going to use my last portent roll, so that'll be
Okay.
13 plus 5, so 18 to hit.
18 to hit. Okay. That hits.
Thank God.
Yep.
All right, that will be 8 points of fire damage.
Okay. As your fireball roars out through this foggy night sky, envelops this, bear fish creature, sizzles his the fur lining his coat. Anything else you want to do?
Is this like I can't move any of these tokens. Is that like a barrel or something I can kind of duck behind?
Oh, you can't move these.
Like Alicia and Nick can't either, so do you mind moving us around?
Yes, I'll say. Yeah, so where do you want to move?
Just to my left, behind that barrel a little bit.
Like here?
Yeah.
Right there?
Yeah,
Okay.
please.
All right. Yeah, so you move just about 5 feet to the left to try to take cover behind the barrel. Okay. So Holfi is up.
All right, I'm just going to use Vicious Mockery on it.
Okay. All right.
So it just has to make a Wisdom save, 13.
Okay. Failed.
Okay. Just takes a d4 of damage, so that'll be... just 2 points of damage.
Okay.
I just look at him and say, "Ow, bear, shark, just pick one thing."
It roars out. Okay. Anything else you want to do? Do you want to move anywhere?
I'm gonna just stay put.
Okay. All right. Rowan is up.
Alright, I take my short bow out and I shoot an arrow at it.
Okay. And we shoot arrow at the creature.
That's a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, wait. Also, actually, wait. It has and because of the vicious mockery, it should have disadvantage on its next attack. Sorry.
Okay. All right.
28.
This here. No, that's a D6. This.
3 damage.
3 damage. All right. As your arrow launches through the air, cutting through the foggy sky, lands in the chest of this creature.
That's all I can do.
Okay. So then this creature is up. He is going to, or she is.
Be inclusive with your monsters,
Or
Michael.
it, yeah. All right. So it is going to move 10 feet forward.
That's worse.
So where is it? Here and here. So 10 feet toward you guys. And it lets out a large, a rather monstrous roar at the top of its lungs that echoes through this village. So you're all within 30 feet. So everybody needs to do a wisdom saving throw.
Sweet.
Let me know what you get.
Can't wait to fail this.
Two.
Okay.
16.
Zeph, you did a check, so you might roll higher if you do the saves. It's on the left.
Oh, I sure did.
Mine's an 18.
Okay.
Should I just keep it rolling and just change the modifier? That'd be an 18.
Might
You
have to okay it, but hopefully.
What's that?
I didn't roll a saving throw, but the modifier is +2 difference. Should I just add the modifier to the
18?
difference?
So it's
Yeah,
18? That's
yeah.
fine. Yeah. Okay. Valsina, what'd you get?
7. I rolled a 2 + 5. Let's go.
Man, the rolls are not great tonight. Holfie, what'd you get again?
2.
2. And Rowan, what did you get? Sorry.
3.
3.
Fuck.
Oh man. All right. So as this
Wisdom save.
Oh, sorry.
I
that's
just
all
rolled a D20.
right. Go ahead. Just roll it. Yeah.
Ah,
8 plus wisdom.
9.
9.
Good Krypton.
All right. Okay. So this roar is terrifyingly frightening. Holfie, Rowan, Valsina, the 3 of you are not only frightened by it,
Mhm.
but you are also paralyzed until the end of the Mahurus, and until
Why
the
did
end
you
of the
start that with that? Dang.
until the end of the Mahurus, this creature's next turn. However, Triskana, Zeph, this roar doesn't really frighten you. In fact, you kind of feel like you're immune to it now. You don't feel like it. You're like this guy, and you're looking over at the other Maids of Fate, and you're like, "What's wrong with you guys?" All right, that is all the Mahuru is going to do. Valsina is up.
Well, I'm paralyzed, so
Oh, you are paralyzed. I'm sorry. Zeph
Okay.
is up.
Huh. All right. Just a moment. I should have been better prepared. I will. All I can really do is cast Eldritch Blast in his
Okay.
in his direction.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Where's my roll? Fuck! Nat 1 for a 6.
Okay.
Is your
All right.
paralyzed like
So it was a nat 1 for a total
Nat
of
1,
6.
Yeah, for a total of 6 to hit.
All right. So unfortunately, yeah, that definitely misses. Kind of goes off into the distance over the cresting ocean waves.
As Eldritch Blast often does.
Yeah. Anything else you want to do?
What are my bonus actions? I've already used my tentacle.
Get out the way.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I am going to move. Kind of guess behind Valsinia.
Okay. So you're moving behind Valsina.
dang.
Well, Rowan is behind Valsina right now. So are you just staying?
I mean, we're 2 gnomes. There's plenty of room for us behind her.
It's pretty. Yeah, you're tiny, right?
Yeah, you
It's
guys.
like this.
Like, get your own
I can't see the map. Just so it's clear. There it is.
That's fine. There you go. All right. All right. So Triscana, you're up.
Oh no, I am. Alright, I will burn my final spell slot of the day to cast Magic Missile on it. 4, 1, 2, 3. That's good. One more. Come on, baby. That was not bad. Okay, so 12 points of force damage.
What is it? 12 points of force damage?
Yeah.
Okay. So. Okay. And so the force damage, I assume that pushes him away, right?
I don't think it does. I think it just hits him. It just
Does-
like punches him.
It's just like, okay. Okay. All right, yeah, so as these magic missiles, and hit it, it's looking a little hurt. Nothing crazy. It's still looking pretty strong, and you're pretty terrified of it, like seeing a bear in the woods, and yeah.
Yeah. What is to the left of me? Like, what is this, like, wood stuff I'm seeing?
That looks like an abandoned building. Looks like one of the derelict buildings that has kind of been, like all the other buildings here, is crumbling away.
Okay. Alright, I'll stay put. I got nowhere else to go.
Okay. All right. Holfi, you would be up. Unfortunately, you're paralyzed currently. Rowan, you're also paralyzed, sadly. So the Maharu is up again. He's going to move another 10 feet. So here, and then here. Next to you, Falsina.
Boy. Yeah.
He's going to take a bite at you with his large canines.
Okay.
All right, 16.
Why would
That
you
is
do
my
that?
AC.
All right.
Nice.
Means it beats. And then sorry, one sec.
All good. Oh, I don't like that. Why did you roll that 3 times?
Okay. So it would be 7 slashing damage
Okay.
as those teeth sink into you.
Okay.
Okay. And that is all he's going to do. So then, Valsina, you are paralyzed currently. So Zeph is up again.
No, I'm not. It's the end of his
Oh,
turn.
you're not. Oh, you're right. Yeah. So you're now no longer paralyzed. There you go.
Yep. And I'm going to give him a taste of his own medicine. So you see Valsina transform into like a Lewistic brown bear.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna beat the shit out of him.
Okay.
So I'm multi-attack. So first I'm gonna bite. This is like a little confusing because it doesn't exactly integrate with roll 20. Oh, okay. 24 to hit.
Okay. Yeah, that hits.
That
That
is
wasn't a
6
crit either. Okay.
No, that was
Okay.
6 piercing though, not great damage.
6 piercing. Okay.
So that I bit back into him to give him a taste of his own medicine, and then I'm
Yeah.
gonna rear up on my back paws and give him a nice slap with my claws. That is. Is any of this coming through for you? Can you see any of this?
Where? No.
It's not. Oh, okay. Just checking because I. Jeez.
Isn't it D&D Beyond that you're doing it?
Yeah, but
Oh.
no, because I have to do like a few extra steps with a plugin
there it
because
is.
I can't actually see this thingy. Okay, come on, man. Come on, man. All right. Okay. There we go. 17.
That hits. Yep.
Okay, so 11 slashing damage.
Wow. All right. Remind me to play a druid next time.
I have really low AC though. That thing's gonna tear the shit out of me.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, plus 6 to hit is nice.
Yeah. All right. Anything else you want to do?
No, that is. I think that's all I can do. My bonus action was to wild shape, and my action was to slap him.
Okay. All right.
Oh, and
so
I'm big now. I'm bigger.
You're big. Yeah.
I'm the same size as him.
Okay. So you're large as well. So it's. So
Now you
Speaking of
can
height.
hide behind me.
there you go. All right.
Now I look bigger than him.
Yeah. Zeph is
Let's
up.
go.
Well, so I guess I will lean out around. Well, I don't know, that might be rude. I guess I'll kind of head towards my left, kind of towards Triscana, and I'll use half my movement doing that, and then I'll take a shot with Eldritch Blast once again.
Okay, so you just move over here. Another Eldritch Blast.
Yes.
Volley out a blast of Eldritch energy.
15 to hit.
Barely hits.
Yay.
Barely.
Bear.
Barely.
5. No, I am the alpha bear.
How much damage?
5 force damage.
5 force damage. All right. All right. As
I do
this
think a
Eldritch
polar bear
Blast
can beat the
envelops
shit
the
out of
Maharu.
grizzly.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think they're much bigger. Maybe not much bigger, but... All right. Anything else you want to do, Zeph?
I will finish up my move and kind of getting back towards Triscana.
Okay. So you're moving back again. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so this Maharu is looking pretty hurt at this point. Definitely still got some energy, but like with the bite from you, Velsina, blood spurting out of where you sunk your teeth in, and then getting blasted by the Eldritch Blast. He's looking pretty hurt at this point. Triscana is up. He was. Yeah, he was. Okay. All right. Fireball rings out, scorching the night sky. All right. As more of the fur of this creature gets burned, you see the skin beneath the fur as it falls away. All right. Anything else you want to do?
Well, I had myself muted on the stream, so I was just making wild gestures and looking stupid.
Oh, no.
That's a fireball. That's it for my turn, thanks.
Okay. Holtfi, you're up. You're no longer paralyzed. You kind of shake yourself out of it.
Am I still frightened or no?
You're no longer frightened or paralyzed.
Okay. All right. In that case, I will 5, 10, 15, 20. I will flank him. Try to move my character around to. It's not letting me. So I want to get behind him.
Here. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So 5, 10. Yeah, you can make it. Okay.
And then I'm going to, using the rapier, still drawn, but try to attack.
Yep. So you do it with advantage,
Or,
right?
dirty
If
20.
you're flanking. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, dirty 20.
30. Okay. Yeah, that hits.
All right. The 1d8 is 1, so...
You surround, get it from the back, and your rapier swipes out.
9 points of damage.
All right. He is really starting to look hurt as your rapier slices into his back, splitting open. You kind of see some of the muscle and sinew beneath his bare skin. All right. Anything else you want to do?
That'll be my turn.
Okay. All right, and then
Actually,
Rowan.
I'm gonna also, in the bonus action, I will give Bardic Inspiration to Valtina.
There you go.
Inspired
Nice.
bear.
What a bro.
All right, and Rowan is up.
I'm going to take my rapier out, and because they're fighting, I'm going to do sneak attack.
Okay.
Or try to. Uh, 9.
Yeah, unfortunately, you try to get in there, but it just doesn't hit.
For my bonus action, 2
Well, where
weapon.
are you attacking from? So tell me where are you attacking from?
Yeah, one map.
Oh, sorry, I'm like next to Volsina.
Like right here. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or
I would
honestly,
say-
I'm standing up on my hind legs. You might be able to just see underneath of me.
Okay. Is that what you're doing?
I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know.
Or did you sneak through her hind legs, to get at the?
Sure.
Yeah. So do it with advantage then. So go ahead and attack. Roll one more time. Because you're flanking. If that's the case.
17.
That hits.
Okay. And that was with sneak attack, or?
Yeah, that was with sneak attack. Yep.
It's 10 damage.
Plus 3 again.
Oh, sorry, 13 damage.
Wow. All right. As
And
you,
then, and then I'm gonna disengage.
okay.
Just gonna go behind Valsina again through her legs.
And you do that as a bonus action. Is that right?
Rogues.
Yep, I can do that as a bonus
Rogue.
action.
Yep. Oh, I got you. Cool.
In half.
Yeah. So you sneak attack. You come in and you swipe at this bear's this Maharu's kind of paws that are on the ground currently, and you do good chunk of damage as a couple of its toes come off. I guess I don't know. All right. So the Maharu is up again. So he is going to turn and attack you, Hofi.
Alright. Not the giant bear.
Not the giant bear in front of him, yeah.
Stupid
Because Hofi
smart
did just
Maharu.
like
Yeah.
get him from the back. All right, so he is going to bite at you, and you're not at. Are you at max HP by any chance, or you're not? Right?
I am.
You are at max HP. All right, you're lucky. All right,
You're
What?
lucky. So
Yeah.
rolls a
What
die.
does that mean?
22.
Yeah, 22 will hit. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
As he eats me alive. Y'all see the Revenant?
So 12 points of damage.
Oh, it was the advantage?
12 what? 12 points
No.
of damage.
Oh, 12 points of
12 points of slashing damage.
One.
We're level 2, Mike.
Doesn't
It's
care.
okay. Don't pull your punches. It's fine. Matt would kill you.
You guys are so good at this game. I have to give you challenges. Okay. So
Yeah, you give us challenges by just giving us a bullet
that's
sponge. Oh,
nervous.
great.
yeah.
Where are those rats again?
Okay. So that is what'd you say, Rowan?
Where are those rats again?
Oh right. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
God, not the rats.
never again. All right. So that is Mahoru's turn, and Valsina, you're up.
All right. I've already kind of reared up, and I guess it's flipped around at this point. So I'm gonna go in for the bite at the back of its neck.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! 25 to hit.
And that's not a nat 20.
No,
crazy.
that's a 19 plus.
Wow.
6.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely hits. Yeah.
Bear.
Dealing 11 damage.
Yeah, bear.
Mm-hmm. The bear is looking very bloody, fur
Okay.
matted with blood dripping down it, matted against
So-
the skin.
As I pull back from the back of its neck, I rake my claws down its body.
Uh-huh.
Pull the brown bear up again. Claw attack. 19.
Wow. Okay.
But I rolled a lot crappier. 8 damage.
8 damage.
Slash
Okay.
damage.
All right.
Your crap
I rolled-
damage is my
I rolled a
damage.
1
Down
and
attack.
a 2 on my
Okay.
damage die.
All right. Anything else you want to do? Or is
I know
you
that's
staying put?
that's all I can do. I just stand
Cool.
back up again and I roar at it again as to be like, look at me, I'm the big scary bear. Totally
here.
fight me and not my friends.
Yeah. All right. Zep is up.
Oh, you could have used your Bardic Inspiration to make that a crit, right? Or no? Or would have just made it a
I don't
dirty
know
one?
if that.
I
don't
think
know.
you added
Right?
D6.
Crit. Yeah.
know.
If
Crit
you roll a
sucks to be like-
19, adding a Bardic Inspiration doesn't make it a crit, right? Does it?
No.
Yep.
I think you have to, like,
that
roll.
would be broken.
Or that,
I mean, it'd
that's
be
what I would
awesome.
roll anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Broken.
That'd be natural.
All right. I'm gonna take a step in so that I'm aligning myself in such a way that I'm aiming kind of at the creature, but not at Valsina and Holfi.
Okay.
So I'm kind of getting catty corner, and so that if I were
Like
to
here.
strike in that direction, it would go between them.
Okay.
I am gonna cast Eldritch Blast at our bear friend here,
Okay.
Blast him.
giving him
Yeah,
an
you
old
will.
blasty blast. Let's see, he looks cocked as fuck.
Let's
9
go blast the blast.
9 to hit.
Okay. Unfortunately, that misses.
No, I know it does.
Okay. I don't have to say it. Shut up, DM.
No.
I'm the DM now.
I'm fucking worthless as a teammate. God damn. Fucking trash.
It's because you're level 2.
It's because I roll like shit.
It's the dice's fault, yeah. All right, anything else you want to do, Zeph?
What the fuck else can I do? I'm not cool like all you guys.
Got any
My-
bonus actions left?
That's just my tentacles. That's it. He's
I
gone.
already made him burn it.
I have 2
Yeah,
weapons
sure.
fighting. What is? I don't think that means anything for me here.
You can
So.
do that.
Not when
It's
you've
on
already
there.
blasted.
Yeah, I've already.
You get to use one attack, right hand, left hand.
Yeah, I done blasted.
All right, Triskana is up then.
Alright, Trike will go good old Firebolt again. Lucky, 19 to hit.
Nice, yeah, that hits.
For 5 points of fire damage.
5. Okay. Yep. As kind of the last of this Maharu's fur kind of falls off, it's very singed. It's kind of like it's like it's wearing pants, but like no shirt. Like it's all the fur is just singed off of here.
A singed bear wore pants. Would it be like this or like
Or
this?
like this, yeah.
It looks like he has a bare chest.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
There's more in the chat. I'm on fire.
You are.
Past turn, thank you.
All right, Holfie, you're up, bud.
I'll use my last spell slot to cast Dissonant Whispers again on this one.
Okay.
Careless Whispers?
So, yes. So here's saxophones
Constant
playing.
Craving?
Constant cravings. Jeez.
Has to make a 13 wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Nat 1.
All right. So takes 3d6 of damage.
All right.
So 13 points of damage and it's frightened. It needs to move away from me.
Okay. All right.
Jump back in the fucking water.
How far does he have to move away from you?
He just it says that so on a failed save takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows away from me.
As far as its speed. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Man.
he's backing away from you, and he can
Yep.
move 10 feet.
Thanks.
That's his speed.
In doing so, though, that does an attack of opportunity from me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to use that to use my rapier to just stab him as he runs away.
Okay. Go ahead. You can make an attack roll.
So that's going to be a that's going to be a 16 to
That
hit.
hits. That hits.
All right, and that will be 6 points of damage.
Okay. He's looking really hurt.
All right.
I've heard that
He's
before.
literally on like a last leg.
He's barely hanging on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, Rowan, you are up.
So it's 5 feet away from others. I can do sneak attack again.
Okay.
Oh, nat 1.
Oh.
So that didn't do anything. And then I'm gonna do.
So you, as you try to sneak attack, you actually drop your weapon on a nat 1. You drop your weapon at the foot of the Maharu.
Flourish.
Okay. Well,
Yep.
I still have my dagger to do 2-weapon
Okay.
fighting, and I just try to stab him anywhere vital.
Sure. Okay.
Better.
You can't add your modifier for
Oh,
the
that's
second
right,
for the
okay.
offhand, so it's just a straight.
It's 16.
16. That hits.
Oh, I thought it was an 18.
It hits. 4. 1 damage.
1
That's
damage.
awesome.
Okay. All right. It stumbles a little bit, kind of leans to the side. It's wavering there. All right. Anything else you want to do?
That's all I can do.
Okay. And then the Maharu is up. Turns to you. Zeph
Ow.
growls at you,
Fucking come get it!
bites down.
Don't come get it.
Oh. As he bites down, his saw-like jaws sink into you.
No.
They sink into your
Penis.
right.
My tiny gnome penis.
Dick that.
It's so it's like staggering to the side after Rowan's hit. Its jaws, saw-like teeth, dig into your right hand at your wrist. It rips back, pulls back as it falls over, takes your entire hand with it, dismembers your hand from your body. You no longer have a right hand, as blood is coming out, dripping down your arm. Do a strength saving throw for me. Zeph.
Great.
Hype squad ain't here. That's why this happened.
What was it?
6.
Okay. Yeah, so you lose that hand, unfortunately. So you're standing there, Luke Skywalker currently, with no hand. Dismembered. All right. Valstina is up.
Hey, back at it again with the. Well, first off, that was disgusting. But now I feel really bad that I haven't been able to kill this bear yet. So I'm going all the way in on this. So he just used his mouth to attack Zeph. So I'm gonna go in and try to chomp his muzzle.
Okay.
But I rolled a 7, and I don't think even Bardic Inspiration could fix that.
What was your
Nat 1, baby.
Do you have a proficiency on it too, or is that included?
Yeah, so I rolled an at 1 plus
You could-
6 was 7.
You could do you can do a 1d8. You can use the Bardic Inspiration.
That's
So
not
it's
going to get
6 or
me to 15.
I don't know my bardic inspiration. I don't know.
I think it's only a D6 right now. That's not going to
D6
make
right
it.
now.
Oh, it's not
Basically.
d8. Okay. All right.
That's all right. I've still got my claws, which do more damage. So I guess
Okay.
I missed its muzzle, but that's okay. I got a 13, so I will totally use that Bardic Inspiration, which is a D6. Come on, be good. Oh, that's it. That's all I needed. Hell yeah. Okay, 16 to hit.
Oh, that hits. As your claws
12
again.
slashing damage.
Yeah. How do you want to do this?
Oh, okay. So as I stand up, bearing over him, I take the chomp at his mouth and I kind of miss again. But I just take
Zeph's
both
hand
my...
is like dangling out of his mouth right now.
Yep. I kind of pick up, like, I get on the top side of his head and I slash. I like dig my claws into probably the side of his mouth and one of his eyes, and I just slam it into the ground.
Oh yeah. So you take him, you just slam him down into the ground, just creates this this very small crater in the ground below where his body is. Just blood just pouring out all over the ground. He is dead. You see Zeph's hand just sitting on the ground there.
I immediately de-bear.
Okay, you do.
I pick up Zeph's hand and I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna work, and I'm just gonna literally hold it like where it should connect and cast Healing Word and see if it glues itself back together.
Okay, all right. And what do you roll? Yeah, it's a Healing Word isn't quite it's a cantrip, right?
No, that's
Yeah.
a first level spell.
Oh, it's a first level spell. What do you roll for it?
Yeah, how many points?
A D4 plus 3.
Go ahead and roll it.
6.
6. Okay.
Healing.
So you put up the hand to his
probably not gonna
severed
work.
wrist.
Trying.
The
It's upside
skin-
down.
Yeah,
Why would you fucking say that?
it's upside down.
I almost hope it doesn't work.
The skin
Sorry.
barely grafts itself. You kind of see it glitch a little bit. And it connects a little bit. But his hand is just kind of it's connected, but maybe just kind of by the skin, all the inside of it is just kind of
Oh,
still empty.
I don't know. So, if that changes colors, we're gonna. I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't go to medical school. I don't know how to reattach blood vessels and nerves.
I don't believe this woman is a real doctor.
He's just turned into a bear, so probably not.
I don't think she's a real bear either.
Thanks for trying. Actually, I guess it's this one, isn't it? No, wait a minute. What am I talking about? That's what's happening right now.
It's a big berries.
Just realized I'm oddly calm about the whole thing.
And Zeph, as you're freaking out at your hand, you look up and suddenly in front of you, you don't see Valsina anymore. You see the face about 2 inches from you of a rather scary looking skin being pulled from the face, hair kind of falling out in places, just gray, very old woman just staring at you about 2 inches from your face, and she just screams. And then you wake up. And you're back aboard the Selena. You all wake up with that.
Oh,
With the scream?
Mm-hmm. This face that came out of nowhere.
I immediately hop out of my hammock. I look at Zeph.
I'm grabbing my hands. What's my hand looking like? How am I
It's
doing?
there. You're good. You're like, oh shit. Oh my god. Oh,
Am I still at 1 hit point?
yes.
Oh fuck.
Oh, we didn't get a long rest. Oh shit.
I didn't technically take damage from that either, did I?
It's middle of the night. It's not morning.
Oh, thank God.
Everybody okay?
Did that just did what just happen? Did that just happen?
I reach up to feel my chest. Do I feel blood or wetness?
You don't see any blood.
I'm assuming I feel pain in my chest and everything. And
Do I still have the dagger and the coins
Where do you look?
in my bag?
In your bag? Yeah, so you pull open your bag and you have the coins, and there in the bag is the black metal dagger sitting in there.
I'll take it out of the bag.
With your bare hand?
No, with the stop with the bear joke.
You know what I mean? I did it on purpose,
Yeah,
but you know what I mean.
Zeph, you do
I'll do
notice
that.
as you like pull up your sleeve to look at your hand, you do have a scar around your wrist, but your hand is reattached
And functional, like it
and functional. Yep.
does its things. All right.
But it is a very
I'm a great
fresh scar.
surgeon.
Permanent stranger.
Do I notice that Holfie's like gasping or not feeling so great?
Yes, you do. Yeah.
Okay. So I have a herbalism kit.
Mhm.
It's just kind of like stuff I've been gathering, and can I take that and try to just like shove something in his mouth, see if that does anything?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you proficient? Or are you just shoving shit in his mouth?
And as you,
I'm not proficient, but I have a little bit of
Fistful of
knowledge.
parsley and dill.
yeah.
That's it. Just. Oh.
Take it. It's good for you.
As you do, Hofi he puts up his hands, and you notice in his hands he's holding a little dragonborn doll in his hands.
Ew.
What's this?
It's yours now. You just took it from me.
I'm looking at it. You can have it back.
Yeah.
Where was that? Where were we?
We were all in that together? I didn't experience that by myself.
You can never doubt my surgical abilities ever again. I just reattached that man's entire hand instantly with no permanent damage.
It
What
looks
the
like you did it
fuck was
upside
that?
down.
Could you want to try?
Is my hand upside down, Mike?
No, it's a normal hand.
So fucking pissed. The rest of this goddamn campaign.
You're like, forget like the bear, like she just turned into a bear and she's still like not
We
like.
clap like this.
Yeah. Shooting bows and arrows like this.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Come in useful for some things.
tying your shoelace is gonna be a bitch.
Might have an advantage in sword fights though.
Your offhand is ready to go. Sorry.
Alfie, you should sit down.
I'm in my havoc.
So, Rowan, you do heal Holfi for. Go ahead and roll a. What's a herbalism kit do? 1d4 maybe.
Just go to equipment. Go to equipment.
I don't know if I've ever used a herbalism kit.
I don't think it's in here. It's in my
It's your. herb-
tools. So
Yeah, it
it's
should
not-
be tools, herbalism, or
I have it here.
well then yeah.
It looks like you have to use it to make stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, it looks like you're just like taking these herbs that are in this herbalism kit and you're just like shoving them into Holfi's mouth, and you just it's like shoving cinnamon into somebody's mouth. You're just like,
Vitamin C.
I'll contribute a couple fish scales from my own pouch, thinking that I'm helping. I'm not.
Flintstone vitamins and shit, and God,
now it's smelly.
you're gonna kill me, you guys.
Well, see, when you get a chance, can you?
Okay.
Just
I'm gonna.
bloodletting.
Did anyone else get hit bad other than me and Holfie?
I'm fine.
Okay. And Zeph just lost an arm, right?
Barely.
Off
Metaphorically.
the hand.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
So
it's
He's
death,
all
yeah.
right.
I'm gonna make good berry, and I'm gonna give 8 good berries to Holfie, and I'm gonna keep 2 for me.
Or you could
So
just-
so that's 8 points of healing.
8 points
they're
to
filling.
Wolfie.
Oh god.
Now my bunkmate has
All
gas.
right.
I was
Each
like,
berry
just
is
sleep
worth
it off,
1.
man. It's like, just get back to be fine.
I lost a leg. I need a nap.
Literally sleep it off.
It'll grow back.
Yeah.
Work by Deadpool rules, right? We just gotta wait
Oh,
like
yeah.
a couple weeks.
I love D&D.
So the sound of the storm in the distance is still happening outside of the ship. It's middle of the night. You don't hear much else.
Go Curse Dagger. Yo, wait.
Hear that in the distance?
Do you think DMX is gonna recognize this dagger? Do you think he'd be afraid of it?
How old are Dragonborns?
Uh,
How old do you think he is?
he kept switching, that boy. Back and forth. He said Dragonborn aren't welcome here.
Well, not Dragonborn, your kind of Dragonborn. Do you think
Could
he's
be.
like only half Dragonborn or something?
I saw them
Yeah, that's
flipping
why-
back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it. I was in the hall with Rowan.
It was weird. This doll, though. I showed him the doll.
Ooh.
I think it's might be connected to his olive dagger or whatever he goes by.
I'm here. Where did I stab him? I know he was flipping between those two people, but where did that blade land?
Where did you stab him?
Yeah, because I want to see if I notice a scar that's conveniently located in the exact same position where I stabbed him.
Yeah, next to his left shoulder blade. You stabbed him in the back,
Okay.
as a cold druid would.
I don't like bullying, man. We'll look next time we see him. Wonder if it's still there.
Is it on the doll, the mark?
Oh, good question.
Yeah, so you look at the doll. You don't see a mark there? No.
Can I play with this for you know?
No, you may not.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. Just not quite yet.
That's fine. Bro just makes a mental note to steal it later.
We know what voodoo dolls are. Would any of our characters actually understand what it is Holfie's dealing with? The doll?
So I would say,
Arcana check or
is there mysticism or is that am I confusing once again?
Arcana
That's Starfinder. Yeah, I would say
or religion?
no. I don't think any of you would know what a voodoo doll is, but I would say you did get a sense of magic from it, right, Triskana?
Yeah.
And you got a sense of necromantic magic, and you still, if you were to be casting detect magic right now, you would get that sense as well.
And Holfie noticed the bloody knuckles on the doll.
Yeah. I noticed there's some weird, like, all too familiar connection to DMX.
Yep.
Alright, I'm going back to bed.
Same. I need a long rest. Hopefully we can get one.
Mm-hmm.
I will.
Yeah, it's still the middle of the night, so you guys can. Yep.
I'll get my bag out from under my hammock. I'll get out my vial, and I'll take a second drop, which I've never done before. I already took one tonight, but I'll take a second drop.
Okay.
I'll just close my eyes and listen to the
Do I
wind
notice?
outside.
Do I notice that she does this?
I'm not trying to hide it anymore.
Do I recognize the bottle?
You have one that looks a lot like it.
Yeah, that's why I was asking.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, you have one that looks very similar to it.
Why do you take that all the time?
I learned divination from my grandmother, and my mother. And it's a process. But after you open your heart to the tides of fate, and sometimes lets you talk to them and they talk back. It's not all the time, but sometimes it'll grant you visions. If there's something the fates want you to know, then it will help you be open to hearing it. But usually only when you're sleeping.
So you take the tanglefish venom to try to be open to these visions?
I don't get them all the time, but when I do, it's usually a message. That's how I saw your face. And Valsina. I had a vision, and it brought me to you.
Just be careful. So that pharmacy guy said that only take a little bit. I mean, I don't know what this stuff does really, but I know you're not supposed to take a lot of it.
That's what Grandma Tyga said. She said you can build up a tolerance to it. But we're doing something important right now, so.
Alright.
I wouldn't take the whole vial at once.
Well, I hope you just get visions and we don't get teleported again or whatever the hell that was.
Me too. My visions don't feel like that. They're much more intimate. Less scary, usually. Not always.
Good night.
Good night.
With that, is there anything anybody else wanted to do before you all turn 180 degrees and go back to sleep?
Not for me.
Okay. All right, so that probably a good spot to end as you all kind of shake off what just happened. You're not quite sure how well you're going to sleep tonight, though you will get a long rest. You all turn in your hammocks and close your eyes and fall into a less restful slumber, seemingly uninterrupted. And that's where we'll end it for the evening.
Good game, y'all.
Ah,
I have way more questions than answers. So many questions.
Not what I was expecting.
No.
Yeah.
stupid, like soft, squishy level 2.
I know.
That was scary. I thought you were going down.
I did too.
Well, yeah, I went into that like I gotta give these guys a challenge because they're all really good. Like, because you guys know how to play the game and like you know how to work it. But then halfway through the session, you're like, we haven't long rested. I'm like, shit, they haven't long rested. you guys still did it though. It's still yeah.
Miraculously.
I lost a hand.
I know.
Yeah.
You got it back though.
Yeah, well, you
Yeah.
gotta hand it to him.
Everybody gives a hand.
Brett killed a guy.
That escalated quickly.
Just kept on like, looks hurt.
Alright, so
Yeah, it was like 8 times.
Like 2 rounds.
Motherfucker
Like-
looked hurt for a while.
Really pitch black, where he's just like, "How's it look? Looks clear." And then like a thing comes flying out. He's just like, "Well, how's it look now?" It's like,
Yeah.
"Looks clear."
Mike, hats off to you. That was legitimately scary.
that was
I was
so fun. Yeah.
frightened. For real.
Good.
That was good.
Every
That's what
time
I'm
I
going
touch
for.
them, I'm like, oh boy, about to get cursed.
Yeah.
I was creeped out, man.
Yeah, I was super
That's
creeped out.
creepy, yeah.
Good. Mission accomplished. All right.
Thanks for that skin bag. Love that imagery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
not think about anything other than a scrotum. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Perfect. Yeah, that's.
Perfect.
I,
he says.
I was going to give
What
the
a
description
set,
of like
man.
there's like hairs coming off of it, but
Hairy
I
and
thought,
wrinkly.
I thought that'd
That's
be
what
too
I
much.
imagined,
Yeah.
No,
We all just
Yeah.
envisioned you opening up a literal coin purse. It was-
Yeah.
We just should have played Octopus's whatever thing in the
Octopus's
card game.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, just knock on to
Done
sleep.
that.
Then it would have turned
Yeah.
into hentai.
No.
And with that, do you think we should end the stream?
Yeah. Everybody, level up.
Hey!
Hey, Marco.
3!
Yeah, level 3.
We're big kids now. We can do more stuff.
I can
Yeah.
get a second level spell!
So many decisions.
Choosing subclasses and shit. Cool.
Yeah. Level 3 gets real fun. All right, let's end the stream there. Thanks
Right.
for watching,
Thanks,
everyone.
guys.
Yeah, thanks for everyone that tuned in.
All right,
Catch you next.
Good night, everybody. Thanks again for helping with our
See ya,
audio
all
issues.
5 of you.
Bye, friends. Good night.